HH, can we talk about Rebic?
Look, chill.
Nah,
Let's
nah,
chill.
nah.
Let's just chill.
We
Let's just
don't need
chill.
to, bro.
Let's just
No
chill,
need.
bro. Chill.
Come on, this is a proven signing. Come on, HH. Come on.
Bro, it's one signing. Don't talk about it in the
All
hangout.
right,
Can
guys.
we talk about
It's the
Lukaku
kid. It's the
racism?
kid. It's the 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 kid. Welcome to your lovely, 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 beautiful Sunday hangout. Look, man. So hopefully we would have fixed out a few of the stuff. Literally for this past weekend, I've been heavily working hard trying to sort out the audio and everything that was obviously causing us issues on Friday, but hopefully would have done so. On this show we're going to talk about Bale. We have to talk about beast mode. We're going to talk about Mane and Salah. We're going to talk about Rashford, the English Mbappe, England's next Pele. We're going to talk about the North London derby. We're going to talk about Juventus, Napoli as well, and maybe touch upon Dortmund being bricks and losers, but and also because I think I had to remove it from the I had to remove it from the YouTube page because let's talk much more about the Champions League. So I wasn't really
I
able
thought you were
to
Napoli.
because I had to take it from the YouTube page because the audio and that thing was just messed up. But hopefully it should be fine. So we have an exciting thing to do. So we'll get through the main topics, and then for the last section, we will then actually do and look back at the Champions League. Hopefully that should be good and right for everyone in there. So let's get down to it right now, man. Let's start off first with Bale. Yes, I understand the Europa League draw. I know, I understand. Chill. Let's start off first with Bale. So I believe Bale got 2 Gs. Um, so the final score was 2-2. If I'm mistaken, was the final score 2-2
Two
between
two
Real
two
Madrid?
two.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
it was.
Okay,
No,
It
two
was
two.
HH.
okay. So Lil, we'll start first with Abdullahi. So Abdullahi, thoughts on Bale? Do you feel that with Bale getting these 2 goals, and I believe he may have scored in the previous game or he assisted in the previous game, do you think Bale is going to have a big season for Real Madrid this upcoming season? And don't
Yeah,
chill,
I
guys. We will
think
talk
it's
about
gonna.
Osasuna. Don't me. I will talk about Osasuna, but yeah, I will lie.
Okay.
Do you think
Yeah,
Bale can what
I think
with
he's
Real
gonna have
Madrid?
a big season. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear
Can
you.
you
We
hear
can hear
me?
you. We can hear you.
We
Okay.
could hear you,
I
bro. We
think
could
he's
hear you.
gonna have a big season depending on if he's fully fit because we know Gareth Bale is always injured. If he's fully fit, I'm expecting him to be a good season for him and Real Madrid. And I think Madrid are depending too much on Eden Hazard. If you look at this Madrid team, they are dependent on Eden Hazard. That guy is needed badly in that Madrid team. It's really needed badly in that team. You can't just depend on Gareth Bale. Eden Hazard
Yo,
is
yo, yo, yo,
needed so
Abdullahi, you
badly.
have to wait. Put your phone on silence. We are hearing the. I'm hearing the buzzing from your phone. Put it on silence, man. Put it on silence.
Vibration.
I'm sorry.
Okay, all right, go.
Go ahead.
Yeah, okay. Can you hear me now?
Yeah. Go.
Oh, okay. I think Hazard is gonna be needed badly for Real Madrid because we can see it is showing. Gareth Bale is a big player. He's a very good player. If he's not injured, he's gonna be a very wonderful player for them. Fully fit, I'm expecting a good Gareth Bale, a wonderful player, a lot of Gareth Bale. But he has to depend on Zinedine Zidane because he doesn't play one formation. He play 4-4-2, 4-3-3, 4-2-3-1. So it depends on Zizou himself. It's not about Gary. It depends on Zizou. Do you want to play Gary Bale fully, or do you want to just like,
Oh
okay,
my
let me bring
god.
in?
Okay,
So I'm expecting a big season for Gary Bale.
okay, cool. All right. Ahmed, Bale. What can Beast Mode do this season for Bale? Sorry, can Beast Mode is Beast Mode the partner that Zad is looking for? Can Beast Mode help Zad win that treble that we expect him to?
I don't think that Bale's gonna have a fantastic season. I don't think it's gonna be a amazing season. I think it'll be a solid season. It'll be a good season from Bale, assuming he stays fit. Because seeing him against Celta Vigo and at times against Villarreal also, he has his moments. He has the ability, and I'm confident that he can have a solid season. But at the same time, it's difficult too if the team continues to defend the way it does right now, and it continues to make the decisions that it makes right now. It's difficult for Bale to have a great season. So I don't think it'll be an amazing season, but I think it'll be a solid season for him personally in La Liga.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Christ. Bale, talk to me.
Um,
Honestly, Bale, like I said, now we had this discussion. It was about something else. But man, he's a great player. Like he gives you so much. He gives you the speed. He can score
Your
goals.
mic.
Game like in big games, he steps up. So I think if he, he'll have a great season, man. I think, and especially when Hazard comes back, by giving him chances to score, because as we know, Hazard creates good chances and he's known for space. So I think if Bale is fit, he'll have a good season. He has something to prove Double H because Zidane wanted to get rid of him. So I think he'll do well, man. I really do.
Okay. All right, but seriously, Christ, you need to, because people are saying in the live chat that you keep cutting out. You need to try and get a better connection. Either probably use your laptop, your computer, or something because your connection isn't very strong. Because if your connection is not strong, people will not hear properly. So try and get a better connection with where you're coming from, man. All right, Hazem, Bale, talk to me.
Yeah, so Bale, the biggest problem with Bale has always been his injuries. So if he can stay fit, as everyone else is saying, you guys are right. If he can stay fit, he can have a decent season. But I don't think he's gonna have a season close to his form at Tottenham or his peak years in Madrid. I think his peak time has passed, and unfortunately, it's only gonna go downhill from now.
So,
So
so you don't think that he
um,
has one last great season in him? Just one last massive, huge season, just to prove a point.
the problem this season is playing time. So I don't think he's gonna be able to get enough playing time. To fully have that great season. So even if he does stay fit, you have today he was played on the left, so you're gonna usually have Hazard there, most probably Vinicius. So you have really huge competition there. On the right, you have Rodrigo coming in. So I think Bale can have some crucial moments this season. Score some clutch goals, maybe in the Champions League if he stays fit. But having as you're saying, last amazing season, I don't think it's possible to be honest.
Okay.
But I hope I hope so. But let's see. I don't think it's happening.
All right. Juju man.
With Bale, look, Madrid,
Hey,
I
be
like
respectful. Be
after.
respectful, my
No,
friend.
no,
Be respectful.
no. Look. Madrid should cash out. Like I said it again. They should sell him right now. Like this, there's
Wait, wait,
only
wait,
three
wait.
days left.
Right now.
There's only
And
3 days
who else
left.
is
Yeah,
there?
they should cash. They should sell him because there's only 3 days left. The man is 30 years old. He's 2 or 3 games away from a 6 month injury. So get rid of him right now. You can get 60 million for the 30-year-old. Get rid of him right now and just like I think Madrid should go. I mean, this if they want to be serious, I would break the bank. I would pay 300 million for Neymar. Get rid of this guy. I mean, I know he
Wait,
played
wait,
well.
wait.
I know he scored
Juju
two
man.
goals.
300
Oh my
mil?
god.
Yeah, but yeah, get rid of Bale. Like you get rid of Bale. Like I mean, you can get 60 million for Bale. Like 30-year-old. This guy is about. He'll get injured. I swear. When that market closes, watch. It'll be another 4 months
Oh no,
injury,
oh no, oh no. But
and
but
then you
but
have
but but, but, but
Vinicius.
Juju man. What if they sell Bale but they can't get Neymar? Because they ain't getting Neymar. So what if they
Yeah.
sell Bale and they can't get Neymar? Then what?
I mean, this is just poor planning from Madrid pal. Because what's it called? You can't go. I mean, are they going to rely on Bale? This is dangerous. This with this guy's history, like injury history, like he's going to like just wait. He's going to get injured soon. I mean, I know he's playing well, and Hazard will be there to assist him, but I don't know. I won't. I mean, it's been how many years? If he gets injured, I mean, I'll laugh at Madrid because I mean it's the same story over and over again. But so far he's done well. So far Bale has done well. I'll give him his credits. I won't hate. I'll give him his credit. He's done well. But if I was Madrid, I
Okay,
would
so you're
sell
saying
him.
that
There's three
Bale
days
isn't doing
left.
anything this season for Real Madrid.
Can you? I missed it. I missed it. Yeah.
I said so you're saying that Bale is doing nothing for Real Madrid this season.
Yeah, I think I think he should. They should. What's it called? They should. I mean, they should sell him
Okay.
because
All right.
yeah,
Okay.
they should sell him.
All right. Hardcore. Bale. What can you do?
Yeah, this is a good question. I think Bale is, and I always say this, he's one of the best players in the world. No matter how bad he plays, in those crucial moments, he always shows himself and proves the doubters wrong. And that is why I like Bill so much, is because it doesn't matter how
Wait,
much
wait, wait,
people
wait.
are
You
saying,
said
"Oh,
Bill.
he's
Okay, so
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 this
where do you
guy."
rank him? 5, 4, 3. Where do you rank him?
I rank him at two, two.
What?
Yeah, rank him at two.
Two what? Two what? Is the second in the world?
Yeah,
Yes, yes,
he's
Manu.
second behind Cristiano.
yes,
Oh.
yes. You're good. You're good. Dude.
Okay, okay,
We
okay,
need to
okay,
drug
okay.
test the
Okay,
people
just
on this
carry on.
hangout.
What
Just
the
carry on.
hell?
Carry
Are
on.
you serious?
Yeah,
Gareth Bale?
Facts.
yeah.
Okay, so
It's
so
factual
okay, so
evidence,
hardcore. You're
Danny.
basically
Finals
saying that
has.
he
What
can
say?
lead them to victory
Sorry.
this season.
Um.
Uh,
Hello. What you say? Sorry. Say it again.
Your
I said so
connection's weak,
hardcore. You're
HH.
basically saying that Bale can lead Real Madrid to a La Liga title or a Champions League this season.
I'm not saying Bill can lead Real Madrid to a La Liga title. I'm saying Bill can help Real Madrid win a UCL. Just his presence there will make Real Madrid win the UCL,
oh my
and that's
god.
what I believe.
Well, he has
So
scored in two Champions League finals,
Oh,
so
oh
exactly,
my god.
you
that's
know,
what I'm
so he
saying.
has that
He needs
pedigree. Okay, so
to-
you still believe that
And
Bale is a top tier player in 2019?
I mean, you know what? Just to be kind, I'll put him on third. Just to be kind. But personally, I really do think, in my opinion, he's probably the second best player behind Cristiano Ronaldo. There's
oh,
He's
Okay,
better than
wait, wait, wait,
Messi?
wait. Okay, wait, so wait. Before I go to Vaz,
Come on now,
out
right?
of curiosity, who is number 3, 4, and 5 for you in 2019 as a right now?
Okay, so
Look, be brief, be brief. Don't say, just number 3, number 4, number 5. Please be brief.
oh, number three, number four, number five, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so to me personally, number three, I'm gonna go for Salah.
Thank you.
oh,
Thank you.
Okay.
Num number four,
Jesus Christ.
I'm gonna go with Zard.
And
Okay.
number 5, Lewandowski.
Sad,
Um,
sad.
I'm gonna go with Zard, and then number five, I'm gonna go with Origi.
Okay.
Yes,
All right. We're
yes.
moving on very, very, very quickly. All right, Vas.
The worst top
Bale.
5
What
ever.
do you think Bale can do for Real Madrid this season? Can he lead them
Sorry.
either to a La Liga,
And
a
six is
Champions League,
Drew.
or
Six is Drew.
hardcore? Shut the hell up. You've done talking. Vas. What do you
Dude,
think Bale
look.
can do for
Here's the
Real Madrid
problem,
this
dude. Like
season?
the thing is that Bale, dude, has never really had a spectacular season for Real Madrid. It's mainly because he's been marred by injuries. I don't think he's scored like 20 league goals ever. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. The thing is that
But he's
eventually he's gonna
clutch.
get
You
injured
can't deny
again.
his clutch. You can't deny his
Yeah,
clutch.
he's clutch, dude. So the thing is that he's not really a league player. He's more of a Champions League player, somebody who can just like make an impact off the bench or like starting in the 11. And there's another thing, like Zidane. Clearly, he's holding him back. I mean, I don't know what it has. I mean, at halftime, Zidane like bribed the officials again, like to send Bale off. Who gets like a second yellow card for no reason at all in the 93rd minute? This guy's like celebrating that Bale got suspended, and he's clearly holding the team back. I mean, there's no defensive organization, no stem to the attack, nothing, dude. I mean, what a fraud. If Mourinho comes back, dude, Bale is gonna get like back to his best, and then we win the Champions League because we're easily better than Juventus and Barcelona. We just need a better coach.
Ventus.
That's
Oh
what I
yeah,
think.
for sure.
Wait, and
4-1, 4-1.
At least we don't get lubricated
That
in
was
finals
when
and quarterfinals.
yeah, Ronaldo. That was when
wait.
So Vas, in short, you don't believe Bale can lead Real Madrid to a trophy, or you believe he can? What do you think he can do this season for them?
Yes, he can lead us to a trophy if we get a better tactician as a coach. You definitely can.
Wait, and can I say something? Zidane is like
Easy.
I've asked if
No,
you.
Judgment. Be very careful how you address
Wait.
the goats. Be very careful how
Oh
you
no,
address the goats.
I'm just saying. I was
Shit,
right
Dan.
when I said this guy Madrid are going to be spamming crosses. I mean,
Yes.
I had that they're back to spamming crosses. I mean, this is
Judgment, be
what they get.
respectful. Judgment, be respectful, man. Come on, man. That's
So what's
Spamming
Mourinho gonna bring
crosses
with
and
his old
optional
school
defending.
mentality?
Yeah.
What's Mourinho gonna bring with his old school mentality?
Dude,
Okay,
at least
okay,
he'll
all right,
fix up the
okay, guys.
defense.
Okay,
dude.
so
What the hell?
I want let's talk the let's talk a bit about the North London derby now, man. So Arsenal to Tottenham to. Now, a lot of people will say that these two teams are irrelevant. That they are no longer truly elite teams. I don't care whether Tottenham made it to the Champions League final. It didn't mean anything to me. And I think this game has pretty much showed that, yeah, even if they did make it to the Champions League final, this team is not winning any trophies anytime soon. So my thing about it here is your thoughts on the game and how far do you think both teams can go. So I'll just kick things off just to give people an idea. Arsenal should have won the game. And Arsenal, look at this clown in the live chat says Arsenal are better than Chelsea. How are Arsenal better than Chelsea if Arsenal are in the
Oh
Europa League
my
and Chelsea are
god,
in the
yeah.
Champions League?
Don't worry,
I mean, what kind of
pinpoint
crap do you
some.
talk? So wait, chill. My thing is that
Double it,
Arsenal
double
should have
it.
won the game. Arsenal were the better team, and I just think that Arsenal only have themselves to blame for not really taking the initiative from the first half, specifically not picking a strong enough lineup. Pochettino needs to tell me what the hell he trains his Tottenham team to do during training, because they have no idea attacking wise or offensively. So I'm not triggered, bro. Just that when people say crap, I have to respond. So Abdullahi, thoughts on the game and how well do you think either Tottenham or Arsenal will do this season based on the matches you've seen them so far?
Good. Sorry for breaking you up. Firstly, please don't compare Arsenal to Chelsea. Please. They're different. Please. No. Wait, please. Arsenal, Chelsea, please. It's far away, please. Don't compare. There's two different clubs, please. So for the North London derby, man, it's difficult. Firstly, I will blame Unai Emery for choosing a defensive coach, a defensive midfield. Gundozi, Granit Xhaka, and Lucas
Lucas
Torreira.
Torre.
You can't be playing Tottenham Hotspur and be playing the defensive coach. You have to attack them. You have to attack. Because you got Daddy Ceballos on the bench. What's he doing on bench? Mesut Ozil,
Exactly.
what was he doing on bench? What's those two players doing? You need the creativity in that team. Someone that can bring in Aubameyang, that can bring in Lacazette in. You don't need someone who can defend for you. You need the creativity in that team. Because Tottenham lacked creativity. There are two defenders. Is it Hardaway Sanchez or is it Hardaway and Batoji? Both of them are not that really good. So you need someone who can create, that can bring in those players together. But you don't have it. You're playing three defensive midfield, which is not done. For me, it's gonna take a while for Arsenal to gel. And for them, people are saying, we have Nicolas Pepe. It's better than Eden Hazard. I won't say anything for that.
Wait. Excuse me.
I won't even say what.
Wait.
Yeah,
Who said
No.
that?
Abdullahi,
What?
that's a lie. That's a lie.
Nicolas
Abdullahi,
Pepe is better
that's a
than
lie.
I hear
Nobody,
facts.
nobody in their
Yes.
right mind is saying Nicolas Pepe is
I would say
touching.
Arsenal fans are
a top
already
two player.
jumping up that Nicolas Pepe is 20 times better than Hazard. I just keep
Yeah,
short.
dude,
I don't want to
I-
respond. I don't
It's
want to
just-
respond.
No. Okay, but so Abdullahi, no. So just stop it. Look, many of my friends are Arsenal fans. I've got many friends who are Arsenal fans, but Arsenal fans might have to be the most arrogant fans out there.
Yeah,
Not
For
all
a
of them.
club
Not
that
all of
never
them, because
wins
trust
anything.
me, a lot of my friends are Arsenal fans. A lot of them are very sensible. One of my very good friends is a very sensible Arsenal fan. But there's some
The
Arsenal
club
fans who
zero
are
CLs.
completely deluded. Zero
It's
Champions
true,
League
it's true.
wins.
Speaking of deluded,
You haven't been relevant in years. So how the hell do you have any right to talk about who is the king of London or whatsoever? Bro,
They
get back
keep
in the
saying
Champions
that-
League, win
They
some
keep
trophies,
saying
and then
that
we can
Nicolas
write.
Pepe is
Abdullahi,
better
finish your
than
point.
Eden Hazard.
he
I was
is,
just laughing when you
dude.
say it.
Oh my
But
goodness.
now we can see it ourselves now. Look at today. Nicolas Pepe, look at him today. It wasn't.
No. Pepe is good. No,
Only showboating,
Pepe is
doing
a
nothing.
good player. He's a good player, but
He's a good player, but he needs time to gel. For me, he needs time to gel. This is not French league. This is EPL. You don't showboat on EPL. They're gonna kick your leg out. They kick your ass out of the team. You don't showboat. EPL, you gotta show what you get.
okay.
Before
So
you compare
so
yourself
just
to
round
Eden
off. So
Hazard,
how
it
well
takes
do you
time.
think? So just round off now. How well do you think Arsenal and Tottenham will do this season? Where will they finish? How many trophies will they win?
Trophies? Hell no. I'm gonna think it's difficult. I'm gonna take Tottenham ahead of Arsenal a little bit. Tottenham will finish ahead of Arsenal a little bit
Okay,
because
all right.
I believe Pochettino is a better coach than Unai Emery. He's a better coach than Emery.
That's
That's not even a
very
debate.
debatable. But okay, that's fair. That's okay. Look, let's move on. Ahmed,
Yeah.
Arsenal, Tottenham. Thoughts on the game and how well do you think both teams will do this season?
I, I thought that I was disappointed in Emery because Ceballos didn't start. Because I mean, you noticed when Ceballos was brought on, Arsenal completely changed. They took control more. They had the attacking
100%.
intent. Thank you, Hazem. But they had the attacking intent, and they knew what they were doing. I think he should have started a lot earlier, or at least I mean even starting the game. And I think Arsenal were a little bit too defensive, and Xhaka lacked composure in the box because that was a stupid penalty to give away. That was one of the dumbest penalties I've seen. Probably
Yeah.
the dumbest penalty this season so far, unless I'm forgetting one. And for what
Xhaka
Tottenham doing in
is a brick.
training,
Xhaka is a bona fide brick.
see, I'll tell you what Tottenham do in training. What they do in training is worship Harry Kane, their Lord and Savior. That's all they do. That's what Tottenham does in training. But in terms of how they'll do this season, I don't see Tottenham. I don't think they'll win any trophies. Arsenal they have a small chance because they're FA Cup merchants usually. They have a chance always in the FA Cup, depending on how lucky
True,
they get,
true. That's true.
because they could face easy teams all the way up to the final. It just depends how it is.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
and then for in terms of league position, problem with predicting the top four right now in the EPL is that they're also inconsistent. Manchester United,
But what does your guts
I
tell
think
you?
they're
What does
out.
your guts tell you, man?
I say Arsenal and Chelsea finish top four out of the four. I think out of the four that are contesting those last two top four
Oh
spots.
wow. So you don't think Tottenham make? I mean, we'll get to United, don't we? We'll get to. So you don't think Tottenham can make it?
I don't think so. Watching them play, especially against Newcastle, the way they lost, like Arsenal, when they play teams, I feel more confident in Arsenal beating a Newcastle or a Leicester City, or getting
Yeah,
points against
that's
Chelsea. I could
Okay.
still go either way because I mean, if Chelsea keep dropping points the way they are now, then that could be a problem because I mean everyone's dropping points in this top four race right now.
Okay. All right. Um, Hazem.
So this was an interesting game. Very high tempo, and I have to be honest. Arsenal's defense. I'm sorry, but Socrates just isn't able to carry the defense because David Luiz is just not doing anything. So it's
Average.
clear. It's clear that this season, yeah, average is just bang average. It's clear that this season Arsenal will just be banking in at overloading the attack and winning games just by their attack. And it's very risky, and it's pretty much the same as last season. They keep on not solving their problems, but it's gonna happen again. But I just want to say on the game itself, we saw the glimpse of last season that first half Arsenal slow start, and then the second half they start playing. Immediately they scored, and they were completely dominating the tournament. And towards the end of the second half, uh, when they switch on, when they put the foot on their foot on the pedal, they just unstoppable. Great attacking play, and yeah, it paid off. And I just said I agree with Ahmed and everyone else. They have to start Ceballos. Ceballos is a
Oh no
very,
no no.
very
He's
good player.
like Real Madrid dare not sell that dude.
Yeah,
They dare
that's why
not
they
sell
gave him
that
on a
dude.
dry loan, so they know that he's important. So yeah, as for where they're gonna finish, oh yeah, one more thing for Tottenham. I don't know why, but Pochettino really needs to start Lo Celso because whenever Lo Celso comes on, he's the one that's creating stuff. He's the one who's actually making things happen, and
Seriously, bro. Why is he
that's
on
what
the
they're lacking
bench?
in the midfield. That's what they're lacking in the midfield. So I need them to start Lo Celso. So as for where they finish, the reason I'm putting Arsenal in third place is because the rest of the teams fighting for top four are just so bad this season. It's like they're the best of the worst, the best of the horrible bunch.
That's what
Because
I was thinking.
Man United, very poor, nothing special, no creativity. Who else?
Chelsea.
Chelsea, slow starts. I think they'll get better, which is why I'm putting Chelsea in fourth. But they're just having a slow start, and it's a transition season for Lampard. And who else? Tottenham. They're just they're going down that wave. They hit the peak last year with the Champions League final, and now they're going back down. I think so. Yeah, I think Arsenal are just gonna be the best of the bunch despite their defense because their attack is so talented. So yeah, third place, and it's gonna be a battle between Chelsea and Spurs for fourth place.
Okay, all right.
HH, can I go, man?
All right, okay. But remember, Christ, if you keep cutting out, I'll have to move on from you because if your connection is messed up, I'm gonna move. So speak on it. But if you keep cutting out, I'm gonna have to go to Juju man. So hit it. Thoughts on this, man?
Okay, man. So I think that it was a good game, but obviously we say this, man. Like,
Your
why
mic,
didn't
bro.
Yo.
Arch 80
Sorry,
million?
no, sorry, no, Christ, man. Your mic is messed, man. You have to
Yeah.
find a better place. Your mic is messed. All right, Juju man, hit it.
So with this game, I saw Ericsson's goal, and David Luiz. Like this is Arsenal made a mistake, but the way it looks, like this was a huge mistake. I think Mustafi like is close to Mustafi with David Luiz because I,
Whoa, Juju
I
man,
saw
easy,
that
easy,
It's
Ericsson
easy,
true.
goal.
easy. Juju
It's
man,
I
true.
saw
easy,
I saw
easy,
Ericsson's.
easy.
Yeah, but I saw Ericsson's goals double H, and I mean, David Luiz is a centre back. Where was he? And this guy, like he was taken out already before. Like, who's the player that took him out? But he was taken out, and this guy's. The fight. The thing that makes it worse is David Luiz is an old defender. This guy is a veteran. He's played in bigger games than this, and he's still committing. I don't know if he just doesn't care or what's wrong with this guy. And then with Arsenal, and then with Lacazette. I mean, that was a good goal. That was a really good goal. With the Aubameyang, all right. I think the key player for Arsenal is Guendouzi.
Oh,
I,
very
I,
good. Genduzi
yeah,
was. I thought this guy was a brick. I thought the guy was
yeah.
sideshow brick. The guy is good.
Yeah, but I'm expecting him to. If he should probably make the French team soon because he's doing really well, and because he did well against Liverpool. I thought he did well against Liverpool, and he did well against Tottenham too. And then with Shaka, I mean, he's just a headless chicken. I don't know. There's no brains. Like, some of the fouls he commits, I don't know.
No,
I
no,
don't know.
no, 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 no,
I
no,
agree.
Jacques. No, he's officially a brick now. Officially a brick, hundred
Yeah,
percent.
yeah, and that was it. And I mean, Sissoko, I can't say anything. I mean, his finishing has always been poor. He's just there because of his. I mean, I mean, he's. I mean, I guess he's. I don't want to call him a workhorse because that won't be right. But I guess he's good at following the coach's direct
Judgman,
like information.
you're being very harsh here, but fair enough, man. But carry on, man.
Yeah, yeah, because what's it called? Technically, his technical ability,
He's
Sissoko.
crap
I don't know.
at finishing. Okay, he's
Yeah,
crap at
yeah,
finishing.
it's not a professional level. So yeah, with the game, with the overall season, with the both teams, Tottenham I expect to get top four. I still expect Tottenham to get top four. With Arsenal, I'm trying to figure out how good Leicester are. I don't know how good Leicester are, and Wolves will be sixth, seventh there. So I'm trying to figure out these two teams, and I think the key games will be Arsenal against Leicester. If Leicester beats them and Leicester is consistent, I mean they'll challenge Arsenal. That's how far. That's how bad. I mean that's how much Arsenal have fallen. Like they used to be a top team now, fighting with
Okay,
Leicester.
all right, okay. Hardcore.
Hello.
Yes.
Um. So, mm, to me personally, and I'll just be honest here. To me, this is an irrelevant game. I personally thought that Spurs are what was the better team. And I think for me, and I always say this, for Arsenal, they're irrelevant in the year of 2019. I don't know why people are still talking about these guys, but they are irrelevant in the year 2019. The only thing that carries
Facts.
Arsenal is probably Arsenal fan TV. That's the only thing that carries Arsenal right now. Is Arsenal.
Oh my days.
Wait, no, come on. Let him
Talking about
land. Let him
stop,
land.
stop,
Let him
stop.
land. Let him land.
Except for Arsenal fan TV, nothing else carries Arsenal. But again, I think for Spurs, and this is my Premier League top four. Um, I'm looking at all these teams. I'm gonna be honest here, and I just feel like it's gonna be City, Liverpool, um, Liverpool, Spurs. and I think United is going to be fourth. And here's why I say
Oh my
this.
god.
This is the thing. United, although yes, they're not winning those kind of games that they're supposed to, I still feel like they have a better team than they had last season. And not only that, Arsenal, yes, they do play like a team. Don't get me wrong, but they have this tendency to always bottle. Like they're basically the English version of PSG. That's Arsenal right now.
No man.
English version of PSG. So this is what I'm saying is I think and I said this before, Ceballos made a huge mistake in going to Arsenal.
Wait,
I
how?
think
Wait,
if
wait,
he
wait, 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 wait. How so? How did he make a big mistake?
I think I think if he picked Chelsea or even if he picked Spurs, because Spurs have two UEL, Spurs have two Europa Leagues, Chelsea have one
No,
UCL.
no, no,
So if
but
he
no,
It's
said
good
no,
work
no.
Oh
But
my
experience,
hardcore,
but
hardcore. You
days.
have to understand this.
Whose
When
man's
a
is
team,
this?
because remember, Real Madrid wants the bars for the future. When you are going out to
Mhm.
on loan, what you want for that player is he going to get game time? And is he going to be
Okay.
in a system that is similar to our system? So that's
So
what
so are
they
you
want. So those are the two things. So
are
when
you
you're loaning
telling
out a
me
player who you want to come back, is he
Mhm.
going to be consistently playing, and is he going to be in a system that is going to be similar to ours?
yeah.
So once he comes back, he's going to improve because he plays, but also he'll be playing in a system that is similar to us, so he doesn't have to readjust when he comes back to us. And Arsenal is the perfect, like what he's doing in this past few games is great for Real Madrid. It is great for Real Madrid because this guy is already improving. So
Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay. Let me hold you on there, right? So you're trying to tell me if he went to Dortmund, he wouldn't be playing the same way, or Chelsea or something, he wouldn't be playing the same way he's playing. I don't
But
see
they
that.
weren't interested in him.
No, no,
Exactly.
no. But I'm saying if they were interested in him, I think he would have
But they
picked Chelsea
weren't.
or
But
Dortmund.
they weren't. What?
But how
No,
can he
no.
pick Chelsea if Chelsea got a
He
transfer
would
ban?
have he would have picked
Chelsea
Chelsea
got
over
transfer
these guys.
ban.
It's facts. It's facts. Let's be
But
honest
Chelsea
here.
didn't go in for him. They got a transfer ban. So how can they go in for him?
But I'm saying if they were interested, they would have done
No.
it. That's what I'm
That's not
saying.
saying
So,
if
so
Barcelona were
my,
interested, they would have
my
gone for him.
point is my
okay, okay,
point
okay,
is
okay.
my
Look, hardcore round off so we can go to some other guys. Man, just
okay.
round off.
So my point is for you, HH, you guys need to go get Mourinho back because I don't know, this rookie guy is not working.
Okay, all right, okay.
I
Hardcore,
just feel like
thank you. Okay, hardcore, thanks. All right, Vas, thoughts. Tottenham, Arsenal, thoughts of the game, and how well do you think both of these teams will do this coming season?
Look, okay, so here's the thing, dude. Like I'll explain it just like very clear. This match, dude. This battle of mediocrity that we just witnessed is perfect like illustration of like everything wrong with both of these garbage ass teams. In the
Yeah.
first half, you see like Tottenham taking the lead 2-0, and in typical Tottenham fashion, they can never see how to win
He studied at Tottenham.
bottling like a 2 goal lead, like a certain German team in black and yellow and a certain Italian team in blue. I'm not gonna mention names. And then you see Arsenal, dude. They play like
Oh,
attractive football. They dominate everything.
We
But this team,
don't.
dude. There's some individuals in this team who are so idiotic, so asinine in how they play. Xhaka, who's consistently trying to get sent off. I don't know why he's trying to get sent off. He's trying to outdo Ramos's freaking red card record, I think. And then like you have this who's this guy Nicholas Pepe, one of the worst wingers I've ever seen.
Easy,
He
come on,
can't
he's
put
been
he
all
can't.
right, man. He's been all right.
No. He was easily one of the bricks of
Let's
the
be
game.
honest,
He
bro.
can't. This guy can't put in swingers. This guy can't put in traditional crosses. He can't get to the byline. Losing the ball like
But
his
he
black
got an
card. It's
assist.
so
He got an assist today.
dude, just shut up, okay? What
But
the
he got
hell?
an assist.
This
He
guy's
got an
an
assist.
absolute brick. I don't
He got
care
an
what it is.
assist.
Relax.
Assist.
Relax.
Dude,
He
I'm
got an
looking.
Stop
assist.
that.
He set up a goal.
Oh yeah, he got an
Wait.
assist.
Okay,
But he
Look,
played
Vas,
bad.
just
Okay.
make your
in
point.
90
Vas, make your
minutes.
point.
In 90 minutes, okay, and that
Yeah,
over
in
90
9 minutes
minutes,
he got an
over
assist.
90 minutes, over 90 minutes,
Stop shouting.
he
Stop
could have
shouting.
gotten like
Stop shouting.
5 assists if his decision making was better. This guy is a mediocre player. Why is like I agree with Catres said, dude, about Ceballos. The only thing that was wrong was his reasoning. Okay, like the reason Ceballos shouldn't have gone to Arsenal is because this brick who choked a 4-0 lead is like playing bums like Torreira, like this idiot Xhaka
No,
over him
Torreira's not a bum, to be
when
honest.
he's clearly, dude, he's clearly more technical than both of those players. He dominated the game alongside Guendouzi when he came on. He should be starting all these big games. You don't start him in the London Derby, really? Okay, like we should have sent him to Leverkusen or Frankfurt, somewhere where he
Or
would get
Juventus.
Champions League experience
Or
and
you.
start every single game.
Okay,
That's what he
HH's
needs.
Juventus.
He
comment
doesn't need this
section is
crap,
what the
dude.
hell?
Okay, see, and that's the whole thing. And like Pepe, dude, as bad as he is, dude, like let's be honest, he's better than Hazard. Dude, okay, like let's not like
Come on, man.
beat around
Come
the
on,
bush.
come on,
You
come
know?
on.
Oh, whoa.
Look, man, make your points,
Nice joke,
Vaz. Make
nice
your
joke.
points, man. What the hell?
Nice joke.
No,
Wait, to
no,
to
no,
add to
no.
add.
That was my
Wait,
No,
yeah,
don't
but
add,
to
please.
add on, I'll add. What's it called? I was about to say Emery is a tier 3 manager, but Arsenal is a
3?
tier 3. Yeah, he's a tier 3. He's not a good manager.
Tier
But
3
he
brick?
matches
Tier 3
Arsenal.
brick?
But he's
Yeah.
not a good manager. But
Yes,
Arsenal
yes.
are no good, so I can't complain. Can't
Yeah,
complain.
we're not good because of him. But anyway, carry
Dude,
on.
you're
Yeah.
not good because you're club.
Okay, okay.
Quiet,
So wait.
quiet.
Okay, wait. So we have A1 here. So A1, speak briefly
Have
on your
hope your
team,
comments,
man.
man.
So A1, what do you think about the game, and
Oh my god.
how do you think that you can do moving forward, man?
Alright, cool. With the game, Emery set up the midfield wrong. Like we're at home against Tottenham, our rivals. We should be going for it, and he decided to play a free midfield of Torreira, Guendouzi, and Xhaka more defensive minded, and he left our creative players on the bench, which was absolutely silly. And literally, those
Yeah.
we had our front three in Pepe, Lacazette, and Aubameyang, and we had no creative player to like supply him and feed him with good passes and whatnot. So yeah, first half we got that wrong, and defensively there's no structure to our team. I think Emery thinks that the more
Wait.
defensive
What about
players
David
that
Luiz? I thought David Luiz is the goat.
well, he had a better game than some of our defenders. So he had a good game today. He never made any mistakes. If you talk about the mistakes, you could say Leno, he should have saved that. Socrates not looking at Ericsson and him trying to header the ball for no reason.
And one, he made the
And
first mistake, the Ericsson goal. David Luiz, he
what
was
did
out
David
of
Luiz?
he was out of position. Like
What are
where's
you
the
talking
centre
about?
back?
Wait,
This guy
wait,
is a
wait, wait,
centre
wait,
back
wait,
and
wait,
he's
wait, wait,
already
wait, wait,
close to
wait,
the
wait.
middle of the field.
That wasn't him. That was Socrates. You didn't watch
No,
the game,
even
maybe.
David Luiz,
No, he wasn't. He wasn't.
even David
He
Luiz.
wasn't. He wasn't. He wasn't.
You know, what's
Wait, wait, wait!
David
Look, look,
Luiz
look,
made a
look, look, look!
mistake.
Socrates went to head of the ball when Xhaka was there, so he left the space, and with that space, Tottenham took advantage. Who shot? I don't know who shot, and then they rebounded it, and again Socrates didn't look behind him where Ericsson was. And Ericsson ran past him and scored. So yeah, that you had a mistake there. Then also you got Xhaka, who again, why is Emery picking him when this guy has got a mistake in him all the time? Last season against Crystal Palace, he made a mistake, gave away a penalty, they scored, and we didn't get. Was
But
it
but
Crystal
but
Palace or
A1
Brighton?
the key thing is, what do you think your boys will do this season? So because remember, this was a game that
All
you
right,
should have
cool.
won. So
This season, all right, cool. So what is this season? It's just like, to be honest, if we don't get top four, I will not be surprised. Despite Chelsea and Man United going through whatever they're going through, if we don't get top four, I won't be surprised because with Emery,
Leicester.
He does not know his starting lineup, like full strength starting lineup. Midfield, at times he plays it very, very safe and very negative. As you saw today, we're at home and he's playing three defensive minded midfielders when you got creative people like Ceballos who should be starting. So I think if we don't get top four, it will be because of him and his decisions. That's my personal opinion. But
And,
are we going to get top four? I think we'll just about. But if we don't get top four, I won't be surprised.
and one comment,
Oh, yeah, okay.
Arsenal need to teach David Luiz basic
He
defending.
didn't do
He'll-
nothing.
he'll-
No, they need to
Judgment,
see.
he'll
He
never
did,
learn.
he did.
Judgment, he's
They
never
need
gonna
to
learn.
teach
If he
him.
doesn't
He
learn
did,
now,
look,
he's never gonna learn, bro. He's never gonna
wait,
learn.
wait, wait.
Yeah,
But you're talking like you're talking like he didn't have a good.
David Luiz, PK or David Luiz? Who's the worst center back? Who's the
What are you
worst center
talking about? Why are you talking about PK? I don't
Dude,
care about
worst
PK.
center back?
I don't care about him.
Okay,
I
wait.
don't
Okay,
care about him.
What did
before
that
we
have
round off,
anything to do,
wait,
man?
before we round off,
All
let me
these
bring
sets are
in
brothers.
Lantamer. So Lantamer, give us your thoughts on this to
Oh
round off.
my days! Here we go.
Unleash
Oh,
Tamer.
oh,
Here we go.
I'm sorry. I didn't watch the North London derby. I was still in mourning over the Sheffield result, so I
Okay,
wasn't
Okay. Oh
watching.
yeah. The
so
tears.
Arsenal or
The
Tottenham,
tears.
who do you think will do better this season in Europe and in the league?
Neither.
In Europe, I
No,
mean, they're in two different competitions.
Oh,
Arsenal and the
no.
Emirates,
Oh, I
they're
assume that
in
they were in the Europa League, both of them. So how well
no,
do you think they will do in the
Arsenal
league?
are up. I think Arsenal have. I don't know who dropped out of the Champions League, but right now Arsenal are the favorites to win the Europa League. I mean, they have to win that competition. They've been in what, three times in a row. They made the final
Okay, you're being
once.
too loud. You're being
Let
loud.
me. And Tottenham. I don't know. I don't think Tottenham will do well this season at all. Pochettino looks. He looks different. I don't know. Pochettino's been acting weird this season.
Bro, no,
I don't know why.
something weird is happening this season with Tottenham for sure. Something weird is happening. I
Yeah,
don't know what it is, but
dude.
something just doesn't
I
feel
think
right.
Tottenham might have a very
No, dude.
rough
Like,
season. Very rough.
Tottenham should have lost at least two of these games, dude. They should have lost against both Arsenal and Man City.
Okay, all right. So
Especially the city.
let's now transition
They
over
got the
to
result. That's what matters.
this topic right now. So this a big one because I think like this goes in line with the theme of exposure season. Um, our dear friend Rashford. Now, I was told that Rashford was the English Mbappe. I was
Nah.
told that Rashford was England's golden child. I was told that Rashford would lead United strike force into the new millennium. I was told that Lukaku is trash. Get Lukaku out of there. Rashford is the main striker. I was told this dude actually has a tattoo of the Bible on his left arm that I'm just seeing right now, which I never knew that he had. So this is where it's at. Rashford is not a crap player. Rashford is not a brick. But Rashford has a limit. Rashford has a limit. And I think what Solskjaer has done is the worst thing for Rashford because you've put a microscope on him. Was it really smart to sell Lukaku, who's now up to 2 Gs now in the Serie A? Wouldn't you want that
Yeah,
safety net
penalty.
to have him in there? So my thing is this: is that Rashford, I think, is a quality player. Rashford will never, ever be considered a world-class striker. It will never happen. His best is upper tier 3. That is the best he'll reach. He will never, ever sniff tier 2 territory. It'll never happen. And I think that when people realize his limits as a player, which is he can't play as a lone striker, he must play in a 2, and he can be an effective wide forward. Once you understand his limits and you surround him with quality players and you don't put everything on his shoulders, bro, I think that Rashford can do something. So, speaking of this, guys, what is your honest assessment on Rashford? A1.
He's overrated. He's overrated, man. Like, obviously, and I think, you know, coaching down the line, um, it hasn't helped him at times. I think under Van Gaal put a lot of like faith in him. Then Mourinho tried to like make him more of a workhorse, whatnot, and now he's under Solskjaer, who isn't that good. So I can't see him like fulfilling his potential. So yeah, man. But I do think he's overrated at the moment.
Okay. Abdullahi, thoughts?
For me, I think Rashford is overhyped too much. English players are too much overhyped.
Yeah, yeah.
Way too much. Because people keep comparing him to Kylian Mbappe. Wait, that's a big mistake. You can never compare Rashford to Mbappe. What
Turtle.
Mbappe
Did you call
has,
him a turtle?
what Mbappe has, Rashford doesn't even have half quarter of it. He doesn't even have. It doesn't. What Kylian Mbappe has, pace, skills, he doesn't even have it at all. So the comparison is it needs to be low, a little bit low place. You can't compare Kylian Mbappe to Rashford. Wait, no. It's just English players are just too hyped. Even Jadon Sancho is far better than Rashford. Jadon Sancho of Borussia Dortmund is far better than Rashford. So I'm sorry,
Different
you
position.
can't compare him to Kylian Mbappe. I'm sorry.
Okay. Ahmed.
I think that I agree with Abdullahi that he's overhyped and overrated for what he is. However, I think that he's still young. I think that under the right management and the right system, he could become more than just a tier 3 player, maybe tier 2, lower tier 2 for Rashford. And
Hello?
Hello, Ahmed.
yeah, back. Yeah,
All right.
I think he's gonna leave United at some point. in the next few years, and he'll still be young. I don't know how long his contract currently runs,
5 years,
but I
5 years,
think when he
5 years.
goes 5 years, okay, I don't know. It depends if he could get a move to somewhere possibly like the Bundesliga, where he could rebuild himself in being a better player than he is right now. But at United, I mean, United is a dead club right now. They lose Pogba, the whole building is collapsing. They lose one, they lose Pogba, they lose some other like a few players in their system, and they collapse. United is a dying club right now, and they need a strong revival.
All right.
And I'll see Rashford
Hazard.
being a part of that revival.
Sorry. Landtamer.
Yeah, no, I really like Rashford. I'm really impressed. Like, I don't know why
Wait, so
why
so you
why
see him
people
as
keep
you
on
see him
saying he's
as world
overrated. I
class,
mean,
right?
people keep forgetting this guy. You know, I'm a Tammy Abraham fan, but this guy is actually younger than Tammy Abraham. He's just
No,
been around for 5 years. This is his fifth Premier League season. He's been played into the ground, you could say, from a very young age, and he's only 21, and he's already got 2 goals this season. So, yeah, I forgot I was gonna make a point about his goal scoring, but no. I mean he's 21. I mean, what do you expect him to do really
I mean, but, but,
at
but, but,
21?
but do you think like too much pressure has been put on him already by Solskjaer?
Definitely.
Yeah, no. Solskjaer, he's not gonna fulfill his potential under Solskjaer, that's for sure, and maybe not even at Man United. But I'm really impressed by the guy. He's up and coached well. Under Mourinho, he played on the left. Maybe he lost a couple of years of development because under Mourinho, didn't he play on the left wing?
Yeah,
yeah.
Hmm.
did.
Yeah, and this
He
guy's a
did. He did.
striker. This guy's not a left winger. He's not a left winger. He's a striker. So maybe he needs to change teams. But I'm really impressed.
Okay. Um, FG. Okay, no FG in there. Your boy Hazem.
Yeah. So this is the another example of the process of the English footballer, or the young English talents. That it's made up of 3 steps. So the first step, get a player that's actually talented, English player that's actually talented from the academy. Second step, put so much pressure on him that he can't deal with it. And third step, you ruin the player and actually suppress his talent. So make it look like he wasn't actually talented. So this is the same thing going on with Rashford. He's no doubt about it, very talented player, and unfortunately the pressure ruins him. And when you're comparing him to players like Mbappe, it's only making it worse because he has that in his mind. No doubt about it. Such young players, they read the news, they read these opinions, and they have huge shoes to fill. So and it only works badly. So and for Rashford, it's even worse. He has the pressure of being an England prospect and playing for Man United as one of the main targets. So it's double pressure. And unfortunately, he hasn't been anywhere close to Mbappe these past couple of seasons. He's been around the level of Cotrone, I would say, something like that.
Damn.
And yeah, the thing is, I hope they learned their mistake, England and Man United, and they don't ruin their next up and coming
So,
really
so
huge
but
talent.
hasn't. But I mean,
Because
but just to briefly build upon that, why do you think that England keep on prepping up
real,
all of these players time and time again? Because again, they did it with Rooney, they're doing it with Harry Kane now with Rashford. Why do they keep doing this when the same
How
results
how have
happen?
they ruined Rashford though? How have they ruined him?
Um, Lansima, I really believe that they have put too much pressure upon him, and now look at how people are. Because for me, you are right. He is very young, and look, man, what he's doing is already overachieving for someone of his age. But when you prep up someone so much and you put such a massive spotlight on him, whenever they fail, it is far more magnified. And when you're so young, it's difficult to deal with that mentally than it would be if
yeah,
you're a much more
yeah.
experienced player. But okay,
Wait,
so
wait, double H, double H.
So
I'm back.
what
okay, I don't know,
what
but
I'll
let
say
Hazem
is
finish.
No one cares,
what
FG.
I'll say is what they need to change is they need to just let the player develop, relax with the comparisons, don't compare him to anyone, let him do his own thing, and give him the credit when he earns it on the big stage when he finally develops, not at the early stages. So I hope this doesn't happen to the next big thing coming from United. I think we should watch out for him, Angel Gomez. I think if they really let Angel Gomez develop, this guy can become one of the best players in the world. So I really hope they learned their lesson from Rashford's mistake. But Rashford still has a chance. It's not the end of the world. He's young, 21, and he can still develop. Move on, and it might make him stronger. Actually, this early stage of weakness.
Okay. FG, speak on Rashford.
Yeah. I think Rashford. Look, man. I think this dude is done. He needs. To, I don't think he can ever develop into a world class player. He'll be at his best. He's like a what average player. There's no. The main problem with this dude is like he watches too many Cristiano videos. I mean, the guy
Yeah,
thinks
yeah.
Oh,
every
he
time he
just,
takes a free
you
kick, it's
have to
always
just
something.
Literally.
get your flipping
He,
idol
no,
involved
no,
in
he
this whole
actually
thing.
says it too.
FG, your
Oh
idol
yeah,
is,
yeah.
is is done. He's finished. He's never winning
No,
a
no,
World
no,
Cup ever
no. He
again.
actually
But please
does.
continue. Please
No,
continue.
no, no. We're going back to Rashford. I think I don't even think he has like that much pressure or anything. England, I don't think the media even puts him that much spotlight on him. Not as much as they do with Kane. And even without the pressure, he's just bang average. I mean, with Lukaku gone, I expected him to like step up, but he still hasn't. And I don't think he'll be at United in the next who knows 3 years. He'll be at Southampton soon.
Whoa,
Oh
damn.
God.
Okay. All right, Juju man, Rashford, speak on the English Mbappe.
Oh wait, I have a different opinion. I guess what's it called? I think Mbappe, he's a great player. He's a great player, and I think Man United are holding him back. The players around him are not good. Like I look at
Mbappe.
that.
Wait, so, okay,
Yeah,
wait. So you're saying that he should leave?
yeah, if look, Rashford will get at least 10 goals this season. The team is playing for is a mid table team. Like it's a mid table team with an amateur coach, and they have a road runner in Daniel James, who's doing well. Who's doing well? I won't
Wait,
hate
he's
that.
he's doing better than Rashford. So
No, but what's it called? I mean,
And he's a midfielder.
this is a player. This is a players Rashford are playing with, and then you have Jesse Lingard, McTominay. I mean, and you have Martial. Rashford needs time. He needs time. Like for I think Tamer mentioned some of the points I want to say. For his age and for his age, so the Rashford is doing well. Another thing is he has a lot of salary. So if there's a criticism, like it's if there's they're looking at criticizing him for not performing, I think it might be justified because how much he has. And and with Rashford too, the last point with Rashford, he had 2 goals and 1 assist, and he missed the penalty, so that could have been three. And if Pogba let him take another penalty, he had the opportunity to score 4 goals in four or 5 games. So it's not
Okay,
bad.
okay.
It's not
So,
bad,
so,
even
so,
though
so, so,
he
Jima, so
was
you believe that
isolated in the
Rashford
game.
can be world class? You honestly believe that he can be world class?
Yes, he can because he has the one measure I look at. He has the his technical ability is good. So once you have that, it's just he needs. He didn't. I mean, he had the coaches he has are not the best at developing players. So this guy is he has coaches that a 29-year-old and a 30-year-old player need because if he needs a coach that will develop like more developing because he needs to learn more. He needs to more to learn because Van Gaal was good, but Mourinho and Solskjaer it doesn't fit. So even though he was isolated, didn't have a good game, there's still potential there. Just need the right coach, the right coach for Rashford. He's still good. I think he's still a good player. He's definitely better than Hurricane at his age. Like when Hurricane was
Or you, or
21.
you, or you mean Hurricane the diver? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Hardcore. Rashford. Let's keep it real. Hardcore. Rashford.
Um, I'll say this in pidgin English.
Okay.
What?
What?
Pigeon, bro.
No, who they know Rashford? Who they know Rashford?
Now we don't know. I don't know
Who
Rashford
who
though.
they know?
The only one I
Who
know Rashford.
What team they do? Nothing.
Hardcore, please land. I beg, please land.
That's what I'm saying. They do nothing. So my thing is, he's garbage. Alongside him is probably the most selfish player in world football too is Salah. That's his brother.
Who?
Alongside
His brother.
His brother.
um, because this guy,
His
when you tell this guy to make football look simple for himself, you have a two v
and
there is a 2v2 attacking situation.
and his bro.
Players that are literally on your left and your right. Give the ball to one of them and stop trying to be an egotistic type of player who wants to score goals.
Egotistic.
Hardcore. Is this about Rashford?
No, it's about Rashford. That's what I'm saying is
Where did this come from?
Oh my god, man, this guy.
Okay,
this
no,
is
okay, no, look,
why
Hardcore, just tell us straight. Rashford, do you think he can be world class? What do you think he can do for Man United?
at the moment, I'm gonna be honest, right now, HH, I think he's tier 600.
All right, cool, thank you. All right,
Oh my god.
Rahimski, thoughts on Rashford?
Yeah, yeah.
Rahimski, thoughts on Rashford? Thoughts on Rashford?
No,
Um,
it's not harsh. It's me being honest.
I know
It's me
Rahimski.
being on.
yeah, no, I mean, I'm just with the Rashford. It's like that player just doesn't excite me. Like it's a typical like I hate this stereotypical English bias that the Premier League fans have. I'm not saying that you have it, HH. Far from it. You're pretty good on this, but generally, these people will hype up these players like Rashford. Who, I mean, what does Rashford do well besides maybe some dribbling and maybe some shot power? Like he's just not. He's not very technically gifted like Pogba. He's actually intellectually inferior on the ball to Pogba.
Mm.
So
Intellectual. Jeez.
these kids that people are hyping up like Rashford, they don't excite me. Like even Martial just doesn't excite me. I don't know. I don't rate him personally.
Okay, all right, that's fair. All right, Vas, Rashford.
Dude, look. I like rated Rashford in 15-16 when he first emerged. I mean, as a youngster, I rated him in 15-16 as he emerged like through the Van Hal team. But I mean, he hasn't really grown since then, and it's been a while. I mean, he hasn't evolved in terms of footballing IQ other than his penalties, which are like pretty good, I'd say. But and you have to say something like Man United, I think is a graveyard for talent. You look at Pogba, Lukaku, Mata, like Alexis Sanchez, like Mkhitaryan, like all these players were pretty good before they
McLaren
came
went
to
to
Man.
Roma.
And they left like empty
Yes.
shells of themselves. I mean, on top of that, Di Maria, dude. I mean, they ruined Di Maria, which I'll never
Oh,
forgive them. So Rashford, like staying at this club, like this is not the club for young players to develop and turn into superstars. You should have done what Jadon Sancho did, like which is go to. But I mean, I don't know. Like I think his growth has been stunted. I mean, he's only 21, so maybe he
No, no,
can
no,
like
no, no.
still do
Sancho
that.
better not come anywhere near.
yeah,
Yes, yes.
yeah.
Oh
That
yeah.
That's
Oh
footballer.
yeah.
Can't come.
Oh yeah.
Double
And,
H. That's the worst thing you
and,
can do.
and
Wait,
secondly,
How is Dortmund better than United?
They are FG,
dude,
bro.
in
Wait,
terms
wait,
of
wait, wait.
Champions
Let's
League.
okay,
player
Vas. Make your
development,
points. Wait, wait,
dude,
Vas. Land. Make your points. Make your points, Vas.
dude, in terms of player development, dude, like Dortmund are better than me. Look how they've
Way
improved.
better,
Yeah.
way better. Come on now,
Yeah,
come on.
so
Way
100%.
better,
player,
yeah, way
100%.
so for player development, dude, Bundesliga is like one of the best leagues, along
I
with
mean, it's
like
the
exactly.
Liga.
easiest league to play in, so obviously.
Okay, like that's not the
No, it's
point,
not.
but like
Okay,
Third
that's
division.
okay, and
Nah.
on
that's
top of
not
that,
true
dude,
Okay,
about
okay,
like
okay.
Bundesliga.
Wait, 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 wait.
lastly,
Vas,
like
round
lastly,
off,
like
round off, Vas, round off.
there's nothing wrong with what FG said about Rashford like fapping to Cristiano videos. Like I mean, like he's the greatest player of the world, dude. So there's no like shame in like watching like
Facts.
Cristiano. So yeah, that's all I'm gonna say.
Wait, can I add with the English because with the hype with Mbappe, I mean with Rashford being hype, I don't think he's being hype because I look at Spain and I'm looking players like Asensio and Isco getting hyped. I mean they've accomplished a lot in their career, but I think it's justified to hype Rashford because
It's
I mean
not, bro. It
he has
really
the
isn't.
potential. He has the potential, and
Sorry,
that's
Juju.
enough.
Potential's
No,
not
sorry,
enough.
Juju.
That's
Based
enough.
Yeah,
based on
Lingard
what
has
I've
potential
seen
too,
of
man.
Rashford
He's
the player,
26.
I don't think there's any just justification to hype him up that much.
Dude, wait,
But
how can you
wait.
compare Isco to
Wait.
Rashford?
Let me read out this super chat here now. So super chats from Primera Marmot, $5 super chat. Thank you very much for your contribution to the Football Hotman. And he said Rashford is an awful player. He wouldn't even whoa. He wouldn't even start for Burnley or Aston Villa. Rashford's only talent is sending free kicks to the moon. Damn.
Wait,
That's
no, it's not. Look,
That's
look,
bro. Primera, that's deep. Primera,
it's,
that's deep.
it's
That's
not.
deep.
Wait, here's my problem with modern football. I think the what's it called? I'm seeing a trend where it's becoming a trend to like what's it
Hey,
called?
on
I'll
young
say
players.
no, young and black players. It's becoming a trend
Oh,
where
please,
no,
dude.
no, it
That's
is, it is,
I can
it
prove your
is.
point, but
Wait,
what
okay,
about
let the
No,
what
no,
man
about
it
land,
is.
man.
Wait,
Land,
Harry
land.
Kane
no.
dropped
What
a
what
sleeper in
about
the
the
final, and no
nah
one
nah
said
nah nah
anything.
nah.
Now
Look,
Rashford
how
is
about
underperforming.
are you
Pogba
only
gets
saying
abused.
that's
Rashford gets
wrong?
abused. All these
I
guys are getting
what
abused.
about what
Juju,
about
man.
delay?
That's bullshit,
What about
bro.
Look,
delay?
yeah, it is. It is.
What
Okay,
about
okay,
delay?
no,
Delay,
okay,
What
guys,
about
guys.
Delict?
Let's
yeah,
move on, man.
delay
Let's
gets
move on because we'll be
criticized.
here
Delict had one
for
guy.
ages on this topic, man.
Use his
So,
Twitter platform.
look, man. I wanna now talk about this just now. Salah and Mane, man. This topic was always gonna rise, and I'm so happy that the topic has now arisen now, man.
Haven't we done this before, Double H?
Oh no,
Yeah, last week.
no. This is new. This is new.
No, I swear, last year was the same thing. These two.
No. Because see, the difference, because we have talked about this, but the difference is Mane snapped. This is the first time
Yeah,
that
Mane was
Mane
mad.
has
He
now
was he
reacted.
Never
was
be
pissed
Salah.
off.
Yeah.
He was real
Because
pissed off.
every single time before that this thing happened, Mane never snapped. Mane was always sort of okay, well, it is what it is. You know, he's the top scorer and everything. We're all cool, but I think the way that Mane reacted, I think shows the change because the key change is this: is that Mane now knows that I can get it. I can now add a lot of goals to my name. And Salah realizes that. And see, now this is my view, and then I will get everyone's views on this. But this is my view here. Salah is a great goal scorer, and he's one of the best pure goal scorers in the world, 100%. And his overall game has improved. But the most talented overall attacking player that Liverpool have is Mane. And any Liverpool fan that truly knows it, who is neither Egyptian or a Salah apologist, will tell you that, yep, Mane is the most talented attacking player that we have.
False. Oh my
But
god.
the thing about it is that, and Salah knows that if he shares the goals and you take his goals away, there is not much left to his game. You take Firmino's goals away,
What?
he has more to
Oh
offer it.
my god.
You take Mane's goals away, he still has a lot to
What a
offer the team. And also, the key thing is this, and it's an unwritten rule in football. Your top goal scorer is supposed to be greedy. Your top goal scorer is supposed to be selfish. That's what's supposed to happen. But Salah needs to realize that this isn't about you. It's not about your goal scoring records or you
I'm gonna
creating
destroy
history
you
goal
guys.
scoring.
Oh my
It's
god.
about winning games. And sometimes to win the game, you have to defer and pass that flipping ball. So, in the Mane and Salah situation, where do you guys stand? So the question is, do you think that there's no issue? Salah should continue to try and shoot on sight and only pass if he needs to? Or do you think Mane has a point and Salah should try and defer a little bit more to both Mane and Firmino? Abdullahi.
Yeah, for me, this thing has happened before. It's not the first time it's happening. We all know it's been happening a long time ago. This is not the first time. It's gonna be a real problem. Judging Klopp himself needs to fix this problem. It's not about the players. It's about Klopp coming in and
But is
fixing
Klopp
this
going to
issue
fix
between
it?
both of them.
Is Klopp going to step in
Yeah,
and fix it? Yes or no?
Klopp is the manager. Klopp has the audacity over that team. He's the manager. He's gonna tell them, "Hey Salah, this is what I want you to do. If you
But
don't
is he
do
going
it,
to
I'm
do
gonna
it?
put you on
That's
the
the thing.
bench."
Tell me, is he going to do it? Yes or no? Is he
Yeah,
just
if
going to hide?
he doesn't want to do it, put him on the bench. A player is not bigger than the club. Player is never bigger than the club. No, player is never
Okay,
bigger
this
than
is
the club.
overreacting, man.
No, no, it's
Look,
not
man.
overreacting.
Abdullahi,
This is not the first time Salah
let
is
me
doing
land.
it. This is not the first time he's doing it. He's been doing this. Whenever he does it, Mane doesn't even talk. Mane just smile. Sadio Mane just laugh. But if you look at yesterday match, Mane was pissed off. He was extraordinarily angry with Salah because it was a clear chance. It was a free post. Just pass me the ball, let me shoot and go. That's it. You don't need to hold on to the ball too much. Why are you holding on to the ball? Why? I don't know why he's holding on to the ball too much. You guys are already leading 3-0. So why are you holding on to the ball too much? Pass ball and let's score. Let's make life easy. Why are you making things difficult for yourself and for your teammate? Doesn't make any sense. It's not the first time he's doing this. He's been doing this for so many times. Klopp needs to fix this. If he doesn't fix this, this problem is gonna be occurring each and every time, and it's gonna cause a problem for Liverpool players entirely. It's gonna cause a huge issue. He needs to fix this. He's the manager. He needs to come in, stamp his authority, and tell them, Salah, you the player. You guys play together as a team. Don't be selfish. If you see the ball pass, Mane, if you see the ball pass to him,
Okay.
work things together as a teammate. Don't be too selfish. It's not
All
good. No,
right.
I don't like
Okay.
that.
Ahmed, where do you stand on this matter?
Okay, first I'm going to talk about the individual scenario, then the overall
Okay.
Liverpool
Yeah.
situation. See,
Please speak some sense,
with
please.
see, I agree. Salah should have definitely passed in that scenario, but I think it was selfish of him not to. But I think it's Liverpool fans should feel fortunate that this was against Burnley when they were 3-0 up, instead of against Leicester City when they're 1-0 down or level 1-1. I think that's a good thing, and I think to you, HH, that you greatly devalue what Salah brings to the table besides the goal scoring. He creates the most chances for Liverpool, more than Mane. If you look at how many chances he creates more chances than Mane and Firmino. And I think that's incredibly disregarded because I'm pretty sure he had more assists in the Premier League last season than
Oh no
Mane,
no. I know.
and
Oh,
he creates on
so wait
average.
wait. I mean,
Yeah.
pause
And
pause
more
pause.
chances created.
Wait pause.
And he
Don't never use the statistic for assist because you know what, Ahmed?
okay, okay,
Do you
fine.
wait?
No,
Just
You're
bro.
right.
just
You're
pause,
right.
pause, pause. Wait, I mean, just pause. Just chill. I'll let you talk. Because do you know that Salah got that assist for Firmino's goal? Salah miscontrolled the pass, miscontrolled the ball because he wanted to shoot, and you could see him wincing because he lost control of the ball. Firmino got the loose ball, and he then shot the ball in. But on record, that will go as an assist to Salah. So
Irrelevant.
assists is a very, very
Nah. You're
unreliable
using one
source as
scenario to
to
define all the.
people's creativity.
Sorry,
But
man.
Ahmed, continue.
You're a joke. Come on, man.
Ahmed. Okay, go.
So,
Adam boy
yeah,
had.
you're right. You're right about the assist. How the assist stat could be misleading. But even looking at chances created per game, Salah creates more chances than Mane. I'm not talking about assists.
Yep.
Chances created. I'm looking at the stats right now because I wanted to pull it up to make sure that I was
100%.
right.
Expose them. Yes.
Mane creates an average of 1.68 chances for Liverpool a game. Salah creates 1.92 on average per game. I'm not saying Mane's a bad player. I'm not saying Salah's the best in the world. But I'm saying that you treating him as a sole goal scorer, as only a goal scoring machine,
It's
is false
false.
because Salah brings
100%.
other stuff to
Someone
the
has to do
table
it.
Well,
besides
so
just goal scoring.
Salah plays
Thank
on
you.
the more creative wing. He plays
Thank you
with
for saying it.
TAA. Robertson is not nearly as creative as Trent Alexander-Arnold.
Okay,
That's his
but
problem, man.
No.
but I'm saying he creates.
Are you
I'm
serious?
saying he creates. Saying that he's just a goal
Horrible
scorer
excuse.
is a
Okay, so
misleading statement. That's
so
false.
Ahmed, within this issue, you don't think it's an issue that's they should just go on with how they're going, or you're saying that clubs should try and get Salah to pass the ball more, or just keep it as is, shoot on sides for Salah.
He should. I admit that what Salah did was in that game was a mistake, but I think Klopp will deal with it well because
No, it's not
he's
a
Klopp,
mistake. He's
and
been
I
doing
personally I
that
rate him.
long time
Okay,
ago. No, it's not a mistake.
all
He's
right.
been
I
doing
think
that.
he will.
He's been doing that.
Lantema.
He's been doing that.
Oh,
So
God.
again, I didn't see the situation, but I've seen Salah air Mane many times, and the other way around. So it
Yes.
happens in football. It happens in football, but obviously I rate both players highly, very highly. They're both elite. But if
100%.
as long as Salah is on Liverpool, this is Salah's team. This is going to remain Salah's team as long as he's on
Yep.
Liverpool.
Yep.
So
Facts.
if Mane really wants to prove himself, if he really wants to prove to people that he's better than Salah, he has to leave. I'm sorry, he has to leave. Just similar to Liverpool to Barca
So
with
Lantema,
Neymar.
Lance, you're saying that this is more of a marketing thing, that because
That's not
Salah
what he
is more
said.
marketable, this has to be his team, or
No,
just
this is
That's
just
not
the
what he said.
narrative. This is what people are saying. This is what people when people associate Salah with Liverpool. When I think of Liverpool, I think of Salah. I don't necessarily think of Mane.
Facts.
I don't know why that is, but that's just facts in
Because
my
he's better.
it's
It's
my
simple.
opinion. But this is similar to like Messi and Neymar when Neymar was actually playing better for large parts of the season in that treble-winning season than Messi, but Messi kept grabbing all the headlines. So maybe he has to leave, man. I don't know who he necessarily joined. Maybe maybe Man
South.
United, maybe I don't know.
Whoa, easy landing. Come on, bro. You have
That's
to
so bad.
you have to
But
either
imagine
move
South.
that. Imagine
laterally
if he
or
jumped ship
upwards.
to Man
Laterally
United
or
and
upwards,
then
man.
won them the league. That would prove that he's superior to Salah because Salah couldn't win Liverpool the league. Think about it.
No. But unless
We need to drug
United
test
gets
these people on
a
the Hangout.
Messi
Like,
or a Cristiano
it should be
or a Neymar,
mandatory.
no other player can help United win the league from where they are right now, man. But okay,
Hey, if they pull, what if they appointed Allegri or Simeone? Or, who
nah,
knows? Who
You said
nah,
knows?
nah, nah.
Mourinho?
Okay,
I was
so
gonna, I was gonna say Mourinho.
all right, okay, FG,
uh,
FG. Thoughts on this whole Mane Salah thingy?
Nah, you skipped Christ.
No. Christ Mike is screwed up, man. His
Oh,
mic
okay.
his mic is screwed, so
Oh,
he
the
could only
Salah
just
thing. I
bump
think.
in one
Look,
on
man.
time.
I don't see what the problem is. Salah has been doing this for the past 2 seasons, and him being selfish has. Dude, he's the reason why Liverpool are an elite team again. He
Oh,
took them
thank
to
you,
two. He
thank you.
took them to two Champions League finals back to back, and won them the
100%.
final. Won them the final in
Wait,
last
wait, wait, wait,
season.
wait, wait, wait.
Yes,
FG, slow.
yes.
Wait, FG, slow down. How did Salah? Because we have to correct this narrative.
No,
So
no,
how?
no, no.
Wait,
Look,
wait.
look.
Easy,
No,
easy. Just chill, chill,
I'll
chill.
give you the details. I'll give you the
FG, oh
details.
no,
Let's
FG,
talk.
no, no, no,
Let's
no.
talk about.
I'm just responding to what you said. Your
Yeah.
your words were Salah won Liverpool the final. Isn't that what you just said?
He scored the. He scored the
FG, no,
goal in
wait,
the
no,
did.
no,
He
come on,
final.
won
FG.
them
You
the
can't
final.
backtrack. No, FG. Your words were unless you want to change your words. Your words are Salah won Liverpool the final. That's what you said.
He's right. He's right.
Yeah, he scored the goal. He scored
Yeah,
the.
he's right.
Okay, but
Of
but
course.
FG,
That goal
okay, no,
changed
no,
the
no,
whole
okay,
game.
FG, just chill. But the fact of the matter
The goal
is,
that Mane won,
but
by the way,
but
Mane won
but
that
but but, but,
penalty.
but FG,
So who scored it? Who scored
FG,
it?
Yeah,
the
Mane
fact of
won
the
the
matter
Who
is, wait,
scored it?
wait,
Who scored it?
Mane's was the guy who hit the ball to Sissoko that hit his hand.
Well, Mane
Unless
didn't step up.
unless
Mane
you're
didn't
Who
step.
trash.
scored
Wait,
it?
man, let me land, man. Can I land? Can I land? Unless you're trash, if you miss a penalty in a final, I can't see you as a professional
Nah.
player.
Griezmann.
So Messi
Origi
is trash.
scored
Messi
the
is
only
Messi.
not
real goal in
professional.
that final, a proper goal,
Messi is
not
trash.
a
Okay.
penalty. So that's real. But FG
Messi,
continues.
Ronaldo, both
Okay,
not
yeah,
trash.
yeah,
Griezmann just
yeah. Let me keep
Not,
saying.
not
Yeah,
relevant.
Wait, FG continue. FG continue.
Yeah,
Messi trash.
yeah.
Ronaldo trash.
Can we
According to Ronaldo.
remember how?
Bye.
Let's remember how Liverpool were before Salah came to the club. They weren't even a top four team, let alone a top five team in Europe. Ever since he came, he elevated the
100%.
club, the stature of that club. Dude,
Yep.
he is Liverpool FC right now. He's the best player in that team with Van Dijk, and the fact that Mane
Yes.
actually got pissed. Salah after that reaction, Salah should never pass the ball to Mane again. Who does Mane think he is?
Yeah.
Salah needs to show him this is his team and he can do whatever he wants.
Wait, FG,
No,
Yes.
FG,
no. I disagree with that. I
Remind me.
disagree. No,
How many
I
goals
disagree
did
with that.
Mane get last season without penalties? How many?
Oh, why without penalties?
I don't know if that matters because
Penalties
Mane
are
because
good.
Okay, doesn't
Salah
get
did.
care. Fair enough.
Salah
Fair enough.
did.
you know
Fair
why?
enough. You
He didn't score penalties because the best player on the team scored
Because I
penalties.
believe
Yes.
Mane got the same goals
There's
as
a reason
Salah,
he's a
but
penalty
without
taker.
penalties. But continue.
No,
Yeah,
Why are you eating
Milner took penalties
last
last.
time I checked, the best
Selective,
player on the
Mr.
team last time I checked, the best player on the team takes the
F
penalty.
no,
Milner is
but
the first
FG. All I'm
designated
saying is that
penalty
Mane
taker.
got the same goals as
Didn't
Salah
Milner
without
take
taking
penalties last
penalties.
season?
But continue.
Why does Salah take penalties and not Mane?
My final point is
Because he's better.
this is not a big deal considering the fact this is happening for the past 2 seasons and it's not going to hurt Liverpool at one bit because having like Mane and Salah, this what do you call it? This is a healthy relationship. It'll make them each get better in the
Well,
future.
actually, just one thing.
Wait.
Because
So let
Salah
me
has been
give you
doing
this
this
scenario.
in crucial matches.
Please,
Last
please.
year in the Champions League game against Barcelona in the home game, had Salah squared it to Mane, they would have went 3-1 with an away goal. But Salah didn't square it to Mane. He shot it and he missed. He
Tell
does
them,
this
bro.
all the time. He holds on to the ball for way too long.
Well, they still won the Champions League, so
No,
it's
but
relevant.
fair enough. Okay, so before I go to Hazard,
Wait, Chichi, I think
wait, before I go to Hazard, this is from Supercharts from VAR. VAR says, "Look, man, I'm I'm a Liverpool fan, and I would rather Mane than Salah." Now, Hazard, before you speak,
Salah is dead.
wait, Hazard, before you speak, audience, just know that Hazard is half Egyptian. So Hazem, I know that you won't listen to.
Don't focus on the man. Focus on the arguments.
Wait,
Focus on
Hazem.
the argument of the
I know
ball.
you won't listen to. And Hazem, I know you won't be objective, but I will still plead. Hazem, I plead with you. I beg with you. I get that you're Egyptian and you feel the need to support
It's not
your
about that.
icon. and an
Yeah, it
idol
is.
for your country.
No,
But I beg of you, for the sake of this football hangout, this is not an Egyptian hangout. This is not a Liverpool hangout. This is not a Chelsea hangout. This is a football hangout. For the sake of this hangout, Hazem, I'm begging you, please try and be objective in this matter. Go.
100%. I'm always objective with Salah. And that's the thing. I only
Oh,
come with
that's a
stats. I only come with stats. I don't come with some kind of theories, dreams, or something like that. Or
theory.
But okay, I need to break this down. So use HH. I'm sorry, but you said assists. You can't consider assists because there was a deflected assist. Oh my god. So what? Because of a deflected goal, we can't count goals now? All goals don't count. It's not a proper stat. Come on, that logic it doesn't make sense. I'm sorry, bro. But moving on to what happened. Look, man, it's another example of Mane unprofessionalism. I'm sorry, but
Unprofessionalism. Wow.
No, no,
$100%.
Hazim, it's not like that.
Oh,
Salah has been
this
No,
Wait,
doing
that's
wait,
this
wait,
true.
wait,
thing.
wait.
Salah has been doing
Guys, chill.
this
Let Hazem land. Let
since
Hazem
I
land.
mean,
Let
last
Hazem
season.
land.
He's been doing this.
preach,
you've
man.
seen
Preach.
Wait, wait,
he did
guys,
it
shush,
with
shush, shush. Let
Senegal.
Hazem land. We have to let him speak. Hazem speak.
He started he did it with Senegal, and now we saw it here again. I mean, how many times have we seen players that are in open positions and they don't get the pass? Someone is selfish. Do they all start crying and get frustrated and
That's true.
flipping out?
That's
This
true.
guy's on the top level, and add to that, they're winning 3-0. Get the
Yeah.
pass. What the hell is that, bro? Are you serious? Why is everyone turning this on Salah all of a sudden? Just because he's the actual star of the team. So I don't know what that's about. But moving on to actual who's the star of this team. I don't know what way this whole narrative of Mane being a better footballer and Salah only being a scorer came from. Because other than dribbling, I'm sorry, there's nothing that Mane outperforms Salah. Salah is literally in
Hazem,
terms
they
of
both had
percentages.
the same goals last season, but please carry on.
But that
Do you,
doesn't
Yeah,
matter,
yeah. Don't
HH.
worry.
That's
Don't worry. So they
misstated.
have the same goals. They have the same goals. Don't worry. In all competitions, Salah had more. But in assists, Salah has better over all the seasons. And I know you don't want to count them, but there's no reason for that. And chances created, Salah by far is the most chances created in the whole team. More
Wait,
than any other
question,
Wait,
player.
wait,
Hazem.
wait. No, 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 no. Let
Uh,
him land. Let
More
Hazem
than
land.
any other player.
Judgment, your
11%.
time will come. Let Hazem land.
11% compared to any other player. So he's the most chances created in the whole team. And so every single thing Salah is better at. Chance created, assist, goals, except dribbling. Okay, I'll give the Mane is a good dribbler. But you cannot say to me with a straight face that Mane is a better footballer than Salah just because he's better at dribbling.
No, 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 no.
Even
He is. No,
positioning,
no.
Salah
Mane,
makes better
Mane
runs.
is a better
Everything.
football player
And
than
So
I
and
will
the and
always
that,
believe that. Like
just a
that will
nice
never
statement
change. That
to
will
say
never
Mane is a
change.
better
Hazem, that will never
footballer, and
change.
you have nothing to support him. You
He's
just
the
say,
better
oh,
player.
just
He's the
because
better
he
player.
he looks better
okay,
when
wait.
runs.
Let me add something to
Mane's
what Hazem is
not.
saying.
So
Let me add
yeah,
something
okay,
to
go
what
ahead,
Hazem
go
is
ahead.
saying. About the selfishness. I'm not saying Salah has never been selfish in his career. But I'm just gonna point out when he completely wasn't selfish with Firmino's penalty last season. Remember when Firmino was given the penalty against
Yeah,
Arsenal?
yeah,
I'm just gonna mention that because and also Salah wasn't taking penalties last season, the whole season, right? Wasn't it Milner? Because against
yeah.
PSG, Milner stepped up, and most of the
Yeah, let
season
me
it was
address the
Milner.
penalties. So now we're saying that if you score a penalty, immediately you have to remove all the penalties and compare the stat without the
Yeah, that's
penalties
not
with the other
fair,
player. What the hell is that?
man.
There's a reason the player is taking the penalty. Other
Oh
than
no, no, oh, no,
if
oh,
we
no,
take away penalty,
but Hazem, it is simple football psychology that scoring a goal from open play is harder than scoring a penalty. That
Yes,
is
but you can't
according to
use
obvious.
who?
that
Can you
against a
bring me
player,
the research
double.
papers that say that? Because I didn't read that anywhere. Who said that?
No, no,
Scoring a
it's
penalty is
basic
not easy.
football knowledge. It's not about really anything. Basic
It's
football
not
knowledge
basic
is like
football knowledge.
no, no, no.
Scoring
Everything
a
is hard. No, no,
penalty
no,
is
no. But Hazem, just think about it. You must use your brain. Are you telling me that scoring a goal from the complexity of football from open play is the same as scoring a goal with no one hustling you from 18 yards with the whole goal to aim at? Come on, bro. Let's be
That's
real.
wait,
such a
wait, 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 wait.
that's a
If my
generalization because it depends where you are in open play.
wait, wait,
Most of the occasions you're close to goal in open play, but
wait,
there are some long
one thing
shots,
has him.
obviously.
Wait, one
But
thing
wait,
has him.
one second. I'll just
Cool,
complete
cool.
it quickly. I'll just say that
No, no,
why
no, don't
can I
worry. I
ask?
will get to the super chat. Don't worry. I will get to the super
I'll
chats
just
after I'm done with
I'll be
Hazem. I'll
done
get to
soon.
the
Don't
super
worry,
chat.
I'll be done soon. Can I ask everyone why is Salah the penalty taker and not Mane?
Because
That's
he's
my first
better.
It's
question.
Well, no,
Because he's
because Salah
better.
is a better penalty taker, 100%.
Okay, so that's another thing that he's better at. So where is Mane a better footballer?
Penalties? Oh,
There's
Lord.
nothing.
Not to mention, if Mane is such a better player, how come he's never had the season Salah had in 17-18
That's
when he
what I
was
was
a
gonna
top
say.
league player?
That's what I was gonna say.
This whole narrative has no basis. There's nothing to it. It's all just because I don't know. Maybe because he's West African, you guys
Oh,
want to promote him or something. But I'm not gonna say anything. So yeah, let's.
okay, okay, okay. Look, we
Black
don't. Okay,
privilege,
okay, we don't
dude.
need to go
Black
there. But
privilege.
look,
Wait, wait.
okay,
Double H, I think my
Before I go to
mic's
Judgment,
fixed.
I
let
had
me
to
just
say it.
deal
I'm
with the
sorry.
super chat here. So from
I'm here, guys.
Lukman Osman, who with a £5 super chat, he says Salah made Liverpool relevant again. Suarez couldn't
Facts.
do it
Thank
when he
you.
was there. Now,
Madison.
wait.
Thank
To
you.
respond to that Lukman, I'm not sure. Were Liverpool in the Champions League during that Suarez season? I'm not sure. I'm not sure whether they were. But my thing is this: is that as good as Salah's seasons have been, that Suarez season has to be one of the greatest single seasons in Premier League
No, it's
history.
not, dude. No, it's not.
One
Half his
Oh,
goals
we're
were
hundred
bringing
against
percent.
Suarez now
Norwich.
No, no,
because we
look,
Half
understand
his
that
goals
Mane
were
is
against
better.
Norwich
because
this
no, no, no,
season.
no, no. Can I explain? Can I explain?
He couldn't even perform against the top four
Because what
teams.
Suarez did was
Guys,
complete
listen to this. He's bringing
football.
Suarez
Because
because he knows the man is worse.
wait. Suarez literally individually carried that team on his back.
That's a lie,
Salah
dude.
is the
He had
benefit of his
Sturridge, he had
system.
Sterling, he had
Are we
so
now
many
going to
attacking
compare Klopp to
teams.
Kroos? So let's go. All right, Juju man.
Yep. I don't think there's any argument because Mane is better than Salah this season. This season he is. There's no. You can't tell me
What
he's
about
not.
What about overall?
This
Wait,
year
let him
is
land. Let
better.
him land. Let Juju man
This year
land.
is
Let Juju
better
man land.
because what's the one thing that Salah gets hyped for is the goals. Like the one thing people give him credit that rates him higher is goals. And the fact that I mean Salah is a good player, has high standard, but he's been underperforming this in 2019. He's been underperforming
He
because
has more goals and assists this season as well than Mane.
no. He has no. He look. Salah has 137 shots. Mane has 87, so he gets to take
He
more
has
shots.
shots off targets.
But plus he has the penalties, as Double H said. And so the fact that Mane has the same goal, has the same goals. I mean, same goals as Salah. I mean, speaks a lot. And everyone keeps mentioning goals, goals, goals. The key is when does Salah score and when does Mane score?
Champions
When
League
do they
final.
actually score? No, you can't say Champions League final.
Champions
A
League
penalty.
semi-final.
Why can't you?
Napoli.
Let
Why can't you
man
say?
talk, man.
No,
Let the man talk.
can I speak? You had your chance to speak rubbish. Uh, any monkey with two legs can score a penalty. It's not.
Not Messi.
Oh,
You're
no,
giving all this
no,
credit
Messi.
as if it's like. As if it's like, oh, he dribbled past five players to score that penalty. Like
Juju
Griezmann
man,
made
just
Messi can't relate.
everyone's
Juju man, Messi can't
look.
relate.
It's a 50-50 with penalty. We're not giving a lot of credit for penalty. And
Why not? Why not?
the other thing is against Bayern Munich. Where was he? Okay, so
He
Mane
got
Didn't he
assist.
whip
performed.
the
He
No,
got
cross?
assist.
against
He got an
Bayern
assist,
Munich.
yeah.
He got an
No,
assist.
He got
against
assist.
Where was he?
Stop interrupting him,
Where
bro. Let
was
the
this
guy
great
talk.
Salah?
Let the
Where
guy
was this
talk.
great
Look,
Salah,
Ask
man?
the
Look, man,
question.
you're
What do you
hype.
mean?
Juju man, talk, man.
No.
Talk. Tell these people,
And the
man.
other thing, fast leg again. We want big moments. He's a big player
Yeah.
against what's he called? Barcelona fast leg.
Where?
Missed
Where
an
was
easy
he?
goal.
Where?
Missed
Mane
an easy
missed a
goal. We
chance
can
too.
say well,
The whole team missed it.
it is fair to say that Liverpool. People say it took Liverpool to the Champions League final. Origi took Liverpool to the Champions League final.
Wait. He was good in that first leg against
Juju man,
Barcelona.
you're my
How
guy.
many
Juju man,
goals
you're
did
my
he
guy.
score? How many goals did he score?
Guys,
Zero.
give Juju man a
How-
You
second.
can be all good.
Juju
You
man,
can be
talk.
all good.
Juju man,
People
talk.
rate
Origi.
Salah because of his finishing.
First,
Well, where did he score? He played well,
Origi.
but how many goals did he score?
okay,
Zero.
now you mentioned
He
goals when he
missed an
doesn't.
open. He
Origi.
missed an open goal.
You
But
mentioned
we're not
goals.
going to pick. We're
No,
going to pick stats that support our argument.
no.
He missed
Okay, you
an open
mentioned
goal.
You mentioned goals when he
Juju
doesn't
man,
score goals.
guys,
But in that game,
guys,
And
he
guys, can
completed
Juju
so
man
many
talk?
dribbles.
and
Juju
then the
man, get
final.
these stats mentioned. Juju man,
And
teach
then
these
the
stats
final
mentions a lesson.
scored a penalty. Oh my goodness, big deal. He scored a penalty.
Yes, big deal.
He's the only player in the world that can score a penalty. Oh my
Penalty.
goodness.
Griezmann
Nobody
And
missed
said
then
one
what
in
that.
did he
Nobody
score?
said
16.
What
that.
did he do the entire game?
Strawman denies it.
Nothing. Nothing. That's
Oh,
what he
Okay.
did the
a
entire
Game was
game.
penalty.
over. The game
Can I
was
speak
over.
after?
It
Do you
wasn't
want to tell
over.
these
It was
guys
1-0. It wasn't over.
Did
And
Tottenham
then
score?
and
Did
then
Tottenham
Can I
and
score?
then
speak after?
oh no, we're picking moments. We're picking moments
Thank
against
you.
Yeah,
Everton.
thank you.
Who missed another one-on-one goal? This guy is supposed
Salah.
to be the best
Mane.
finisher in the world. And then if
Exposure
I'm
season.
telling yeah, and then if Salah, I mean, let's be honest. He's a. I'll give him credit. He's a great football player, but there's a bit of marketing. I mean, it's a great.
No, no.
No, he's a great.
Market. Dude, you
He,
get
CNN,
marketing if
marketing,
you're that
marketing,
good.
marketing tool. It's a marketing tool. It's
No,
yeah,
hype.
he's
no,
a
it's not.
marketing
Look,
tool.
look,
It's a
look.
He
Wait,
is.
marketing
wait,
tool.
wait.
He is.
Marketing
How,
tool.
He
wait, wait,
I
wait,
is.
get it. I
wait.
get it.
No, no. You will get
Mane,
marketing
Mane
when
needs
you're
a better
that
PR
good.
agent.
If
He needs a
Mane
better
was
PR
good,
agent.
if
No,
if Mane
Mane
was
is
that,
good, but it's
if
just
no, if Mane was
Mane
good,
is a West
Salah.
African marketing
He,
tool.
he, he
If
needs he needs a
Mane,
better marketing.
no,
Okay,
no.
okay.
It's
Wait,
if
guys,
Mane
chill,
was
chill,
that good, he'll be getting
chill.
marketing too.
Super chats here. Super chats from and also thank you for the £2 super chats from this dude. I don't know where you've gone, but thank you for the donation. And from Primera Marmot 199 super chats, who says Juju speaks the most sense. Okay, let's now move on to
Yeah.
hardcore. Don't worry, we'll
Oh,
come to you guys, but
okay.
hardcore.
Can
Your
I
thoughts on
respond
this
to
matter?
Juju?
Yeah, please respond.
Oh yeah, go on.
I'm just
Hardcore,
gonna
hardcore,
mention.
hardcore, hardcore, hardcore,
Let him
hardcore.
respond, man.
Where's
Come
you?
on.
Where's you?
Hello, hello,
Yeah.
hello.
Yes. Salah Mane. Thoughts on the matter?
Wait, someone said he wants to respond to
Yeah,
something
Ahmed wants to
before.
respond. Come on.
No. We're doing Hazem. You will have your first. We have to let everyone speak first, and then you will respond. Hardcore.
Okay.
Thoughts on the matter?
Yeah, HH. I think because even one of my I have a cousin who's called
You don't.
uh
No. Chill. You don't need to reveal his name.
I'm
Just
getting
say
to
it.
my
It's your
point.
cousin. You don't need to reveal
I'm
his
getting
name.
to my
Just
point.
carry on.
Listen. I'm getting to my point. I have a cousin who's a United fan, and he told me that this is what is going to, you know, separate Mane and Salah because everybody is trying to prove that they are the best African. You know what I'm trying to say? Because I remember
What?
it's a long time since us as an African continent has had this kind of rivalry before between Mane and Salah. You know, back then it wasn't really like that. It was Yaya Toure, ACN, and some other African guys in there. But this one,
In there.
it's clearly identifiable that literally I can see Mane leaving Liverpool. Like I can literally see Mane leaving
That's not the
Liverpool
question.
because of this. Because and what you have to understand,
If
HH,
that
is
happens, they are screwed. But carry on.
what I'm
No,
saying
they're not.
is what I'm saying is every big three, like basically like we had MSN, every big three always collapses, always has an end of an era. There's always an end of an era for a big three. You saw it with Neymar and Cavani and Mbappe. You
Wait,
saw it with
what?
They didn't even
Messi.
start.
Neymar didn't leave. Neymar didn't leave.
No, but I mean he's not playing anymore, so there's no more
What?
Cavani.
Look. Hardcore. Get to the point, man. Get to the point, man. Come on now.
My
Get to the point.
He's
my
staying at PSG.
there's going to be an end of an era to Firmino, Salah, and Mane. And I'm saying this because every big three that we've seen has had an end of an era. Salah, to me personally, and I'm just going to be honest because I'm a coach. I will coach my player. I will tell you when you're doing mistakes. Okay.
Oh God.
Um, I'm not saying that Salah is not a good player. Yes, Salah made Liverpool relevant.
Oh boy.
Get to
I'm
the
trying to say.
point, bro.
But listen, and this is my point here, all right? I still feel like when it comes to make football simple for yourself, make life simple for yourself, play the
Easy.
ball
Thank you.
simple. Salah
Hardcore.
does not
Make it
have that
easy.
IQ.
Easy.
Salah does not have that IQ. I'm not gonna get. He's a good player. Don't get me wrong,
Baseless claim.
but the thing is, he needs to stop being selfish. The problem
Thank
is he's
you.
trying to be the best African, and you can't do that. You can't do that. You
Mane
can't
needs to
be
stop being selfish.
fighting with each other just to be the best African. It's not going to work that way. You see, so for
Okay.
me personally, and this is what I'll say. I'm rounding this off. For me personally, and I'll say this: Salah literally needs to learn how to have good decision making.
Okay.
Poor making
What?
So does Mane. So does Mane. Let's not
poor
forget.
decision making
Okay.
in the
All right.
final
Okay.
is
Cool.
makes
Wait,
All right.
one
No,
comment.
no,
You
no,
know
no,
the
no, no,
irony
guys.
of
Chill.
this.
Don't worry. You have your
Oh
points.
yeah.
Okay. Rahimski.
Yeah, HH. You ever just play football like in high school and like some guy has the ball, you know you're better than that guy that has the ball,
Mm.
but he's just not passing you the ball.
Mm.
It's infuriating, especially in the final third. I mean, it's
Yeah,
infuriating.
Mane never
Like
passes.
like the thing is about Salah and Mane. Yes, Salah is a fantastic player, but Mane is just the superior forward in my opinion.
Yep.
So when you're in the final third and you're looking for a big and important goal, you have to pass to the guy that's been consistently doing it, and that's Sadio Mane.
What?
So
Yep.
yeah,
Yes,
Wait,
it's
wait,
true.
let
that's
Can I
Rahimski
add
land.
one factual
Hassan, I don't think
statement that
Hassan.
no one can
We will
say?
come to
Yeah,
you, Hassan. We will have your
it's
points. Let
true.
everyone talk first, and then you'll respond. Rahimski, finish your
Ju-
point.
One time, boys, let's in the hangout, so we gotta give him a
just give me a second. Milan, just go back to fucking Milan right now. All right, just let me
Whoa.
just
damn
talk. All right,
Milan. What are you talking about, bro? Calm down.
Wait.
He
Rahimski,
is a
Rahimski land,
Milan.
Rahimski land,
all
Rahimski
right.
land.
I'm just saying. When it comes to being in the final third, sure, Salah has those statistics. He has the numbers, but I mean, if you look at who he's scoring against based on who Mane is scoring against, I would
Exactly.
say I would say
Oof.
that elevates it. So they're pretty
That's a
even
little
in
hard.
that regard.
Wait, I have one supporting statement to
No,
Rahimski.
no, no, no,
Do
no,
you
no,
know
no.
the
Just
fact?
land, chill.
Wait,
No,
just
no,
one
Rahimski,
no.
just
Let
statement.
me
land,
just
land, land,
Please,
Rahimski,
please.
land.
let me
Yeah,
just add one
yeah.
last point. Sometimes a game will be better for a certain forward than it will be for another. And in that situation, I mean, Mane was basically tearing them up the entire match. So of course you're going to get frustrated when you've been consistently playing well throughout the entire match and somebody's not giving you the ball. That's just the nature of the game. And for Mane to have that attitude, that's a really good thing for Liverpool because that just shows you that those players are hungry. Like they're willing to even sacrifice interpersonal
Hungry to
relationships
fight.
for success.
Yep.
Which I would want in my team. I mean, I would take that. I would take that kind of attitude in my team. Fuck this camaraderie shit. We need players that are willing to hold each other accountable for when they're
Cristiano.
wrong.
Yeah.
So
Okay, can I
yeah,
respond?
But that can
My
come
Okay, no,
late.
okay,
I did
wait,
ask
chill.
first.
Before I go to read, I've got some super chats to read. So, from
Oh my
$5
god.
super chat from Junior Aziz. So, Junior Aziz says, Mane is the better player, unpredictable on the ball. No one like him in world football. Salah,
Again, one stat.
oh Lord. Salah is a knock-off Messi. Just a great system player. Ouch.
Zero stats to support your claim. Move
From
on.
VAR says with another £5 super chat. Thank you, VAR. He says Liverpool won a Super Cup because of Mane. Liverpool won a Champions League because of Origi, not Salah.
Yep.
Don't
Exactly.
mention that penalty
Nope.
in 2018-19. Mane's a better player. And can I just reiterate that a lot of this stuff are from Liverpool fans. Liverpool fans, not Salah apologists, not people who feel that they need to be bashed for Salah because of some kind of weird allegiance. Liverpool flipping fans. Red,
Ad hominem.
your go now.
Ad
Red,
hominem. Ad hominem.
red,
Okay.
red.
Yeah, no, can you hear me, HH?
Yep.
Like, I don't even know how this is a debate. Like, look, Salah's a great finisher. He scores goals, but the problem is that sometimes when he's in his element, it's like he plays in his own bubble. Like yesterday for the assist that he got for Firmino, like he wasn't going to assist Firmino. He just kept on running and dribbling and dribbling, and like Firmino had to come and shoot the ball and take it off of him. He wouldn't pass to Mane. And this is like a reoccurring problem that Salah has, where he just like when he's in his element, he just doesn't lift up his head and see where the options are and pass. I don't see that much problem with Mane because say what you want about Mane. Mane has always, time and time again, showed up for Liverpool in vital, like for example against Bayern Munich, like that goal that he had with assist from Van Dijk. That was Salah's not didn't score a single goal like that in the whole Champions League. That was pure brilliance from Mane. Or even if you look at the final Champions League final in 17-18, when it was just Mane on the field without Salah, who was one that got the goal for Liverpool, who pulled one back. It was Mane again. And
they still lost.
not only that, Mane, I know, and Mane doesn't score braces or hat tricks. But if you look at his goals are actually spread out. He shows up time and time again. Salah, yes, he scores a lot of goals, but part of them are penalties, which I don't want to discredit penalties because they're hard to do. So I do credit him for that because Mane is atrocious on penalties.
So why'd you mention it?
Let's get that out of the way. Like no, because you have to mention it when we're talking about these players and their numbers. Whereas with Mane, with Salah, he begs a lot of braces, which yes, they're good when you look at. But if you look at his overall goals, if you have 22 goals and like 5 braces, then that means you only scored in, let's say, for example, like 10, 15 matches. Whereas Mane, he has 22 goals and they're all spread out. That's much more impressive because he's scoring against more opposition. So the whole thing, if we're talking about it because of how we reacted after the Burnley match, I understand why Mane was mad because he's open. Like I saw, like the whole time, like Salah just pass, just like Like you guys need, because if they're gonna want to duke it out with the City for the title this year, goal difference is like I predict this might be dealt with on goal difference. So you got to be more selfless when you're playing, like especially in like a front three where you have other very good players like Mane and Firmino. So yeah, like this is a non-debate. I think Mane is the best Liverpool forward they have. Salah and then Firmino.
Okay.
No, man.
All right.
Finesse
Vass.
Bond. Finesse
Vass.
Bond.
Look, dude, like
Montez,
I think one of the best parts about being at the tail end of the discussion is that you get to like hear the arguments from different people and formulate a more refined opinion.
Yes,
And
thank you.
like I ask that people like just don't interrupt me because I'm gonna ask rhetorical questions, and I'm gonna like criticize both these players, and I'm going to also praise both these players. So just don't jump on me whenever I criticize Mane or Salah because I'm not actually going to take sides in this debate. Okay, so let's start with like the fact that I think you know these players are very evenly matched. As in, at this point in time, as in 2019, I mean the gap between Mane and Salah, in my opinion, is negligible. I mean, like, weren't they neck and neck in terms of goals in 18-19 season? 17
Yep.
18 was different because Salah was lights out, the best player in Liverpool. His stats were like at the level of Messi or Cristiano, and I mean nobody can would criticize Salah like at all if he was selfish because usually he would end up scoring goals, either through a crazy dribble or something. But since then things have like sort of changed, and at this point, like, you'll have sometimes Salah being very good and having a really good game and Mane being not so great. You'll have some games where Mane is just superb and Salah is like lukewarm. If you see the league last season, Salah actually scored more winners in the 18-19 Premier League season, whereas I think in the knockout stage of the Champions League, Mane was. So they'll both have their moments, like. As far as this narrative of like Salah made Liverpool were not Salah, I mean, it just has to stop because at the end of the day, especially in the system which Klopp plays in, the sum of the parts is greater than one. I'd
Yep.
say it's
Great points.
arguable
Great
that
points.
it's arguable that the 4-0 comeback against Barcelona was the greatest night ever at Anfield. Because I can't recall a scenario in which Liverpool like came into the second leg at home 3-0, turned it around in such dramatic fashion and didn't even concede one goal. And you have to
epic,
recall that
epic, epic.
that game at Anfield was played without. Okay, so for all those people who think like nothing Salah, what the reason that Liverpool can challenge for the Champions League since the turn of the year in 17-18 was because Klopp finally realized that he had to fix up the defense. Defense wins you title. Okay, and the introduction of Van Dijk, plus the defensive cohesion and organization that Klopp implemented into the system, was what really took them over the edge. It wasn't the offense. Liverpool always had a great offense. They're a re-scoring team. It's the defense which allowed them to beat Bayern Munich, the likes of Barcelona, the likes of Tottenham. Ultimately, like Mane and Salah, like they're like an equally important team, but really the person who made Liverpool is your. And I think like they're gonna do good. Like the Sked, like Klopp is gonna like get these guys over the line, and this attitude of hunger, and even to a certain degree selfishness. I mean, it's good for a team. As for this instance, like against which team were they playing against? Southampton, where Salah refused to pass to Mane twice. I mean, he's in the wrong here, but I can also think of occasions where Mane was had an opportunity to pass to Salah where he didn't pass to Salah. There will be moments like this where like players are just selfish wrongly. I can remember our 14-15 season, Real Madrid's 14-15 season, where we were playing away to Valencia, and Bale, like he was like so selfish on one occasion. He had Benzema and Cristiano free on the far post, and he just decided to like take it himself. He missed, and we ended up losing the game. But Bale isn't really like thought of as a selfish player, and I think the same could be applied to Salah. I don't think Salah is a selfish player. What I think
Yep.
is going on here is that
he had a remarkable season in 17-18 that I don't think he was expecting. And he
fast
hasn't,
round because we need to get to
yeah,
another
yeah, and
round off,
he
round off.
hasn't been able to replicate that for 18-19 and this season. And I think he's just trying too hard. The best game Salah ever played in 18-19, I think, was that 2-0 win over Chelsea. Forget the goal, but when he plays as a traditional winger and he said that he has to like score all these goals and be this like great player, I think like he improves. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, man.
Wait,
All right. Cool. Cool.
Can
Okay.
I
Cool.
add
Cool.
one more
Cool.
thing? Can I add one more thing?
Wait.
Can I add
Jujuman,
one more
chill.
thing?
quick.
Jujuman,
Let me
ask you for
wait. Let me just get. I need to get to the super chats and then I need to go to Monta. So from VAR, £5 super chat from VAR, who says Liverpool won a Super Cup because of Mane. Liverpool won a Champions League because of Origi, not Salah. Don't mention that penalty in 2018-19. Mane is a better player. So I think I
They
already
made
read
top
that.
four because of Salah.
Yeah.
No, they almost
Chill. Young one. So Young one said, £5 super chats from Young one, who said Hazam and the other dude are delusional. Salah has been the inferior footballer since last season. Even this past
yeah.
AFCON showed who was the better player.
Okay,
All right,
Yeah, he
so
missed
okay. Can
Mane
I
missed
reply?
the
Muntaha,
penalty.
no,
Because he's talking
Yeah.
about
because we have
us.
to get
Can I
let's
reply
let
to him?
everyone speak. Let's let everyone speak. Muntaha, thoughts on this?
Uh, yeah, bro, hatred, bro. Like for me, it's like it's not that simple to come to the conclusion who's a better player because at times the way Mane produced, you know, in UCL last season, especially in big games last season in EPL, yeah. So you know, I just cannot ignore his contribution as well. And with respect to Salah, for me, this is the problem. Like in 17-18 season, yeah, the numbers Salah produced, yeah. So he himself, you know, established himself to the level by producing that numbers, and he's not living up to the expectation, you know,
Yeah.
by producing numbers. So for me, what I see is right now, like I'll be more like you know straightforward, you know, rather than just beating around the bush. I think so. Mane is better player right now as situation stands, but like there is high possibility like Salah might come with a better performance, you know, in the coming games, and then the situation stands. It's not that easy, you know. So the current situation, I think so. Salah is like more of a threat, like you know, one-dimensional threat to a position. But Mane, as if you guys all said, it's unpredictable with his
It's
movements and all those
unpredictable.
things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
But the main question stands here. Okay. Oh, like when you ask who's a better player right now, Mane is better player. But if we'll ask this question, who has a better legacy right now in these 3 seasons, you know? So I think so. I'll go for Salah
No. Okay,
because I,
but Muntaha,
yeah.
but specifically, the question here is specifically if your club and
Mm-hmm.
Salah for 2 seasons has been a very high goal scorer. Do you say to Mane that look, Salah is our main goal scorer. He has to shoot on sight, or do you say to Salah that Salah, I know that you score a lot of goals. You have to pass the ball more to Mane and to Firmino. If you're Klopp, what do you do in this situation?
As more
Okay.
assistant.
No. If I am Klopp right now, okay,
God.
and what I see, yeah, Salah is like for me is my goal scorer. I'll say Salah shoot. Don't pass. Like in a sense, if you're in good position and like it's like high stake game, yeah, it's like nil-nil, like it's supposed to they're playing against City, okay, and in that kind of situation, Salah man, like you have to play as a big role, you know, but already you're winning 2-0, I guess, you know, so I don't think it's a big deal. Yeah, yeah, three. Sorry. Yeah, 3-0, yes. So I don't think so. It's a big deal for me, you know.
Okay.
If Salah didn't pass to Mane, yeah,
Can I add one more
Okay,
thing,
okay, okay,
please?
so, okay, so,
yeah,
okay, so,
Can I add
so,
one more thing?
yeah.
Response.
okay, so I'm gonna go to Hazem and then to Jujuman, who wanted to talk. So Hazem.
Wait, Double H, I think my
Yeah, I
mic's
just
fixed.
wanna finish off with one interesting stat because there's a lot of talking saying that Salah is selfish, but an interesting stat is that Salah has created more goals for Mane than Mane has created for Salah. So you really need to think about that. And responding to Young One, he said even this past AFCON showed who was the better player. So are you telling me missing 3 penalties shows that Mane is better than Salah? So I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
Muntaha, can I say, Hazem, can I respond to that one point about
Yeah,
Yeah.
who plays on the right for Liverpool?
on the right,
Trent Alexander, yeah, Trent Alexander Arnold.
Arnold. Yeah,
Arnold, bro, he is their most creative player. if you look at Liverpool's stats, it comes from the right hand side because of Trent Alexander-Arnold. So naturally, Salah's going to get more of the ball, which would then lead on to Mane. That's
But
why, bro, when you see
Trent
those
usually
stats,
crosses in. He doesn't usually provide
like
to
yes,
Salah.
yes, of course he crosses in. That's when he gets assists. But I mean, like in the scenarios where he doesn't cross and he passes to Salah,
Okay, okay, okay,
the
okay. So
point is
so
Liverpool. Sorry,
wait.
go
So
ahead,
so,
Ricky.
so basically, Juju
Or
man, you're the last to talk, and then we have to then end this topic. So Juju man,
I've,
end
I've
us
I've
with
been
this
trying to
topic.
speak for like
wait. All right, I'll say what's it called. First of all, Vas, you say that it's a close argument, and I don't think this is a close argument. One player is taking 30 plus more shots, and they have the same output. So that's not the same. They're not the
Juju,
same. And
Juju,
then,
can I
and
respond?
because look,
Juju,
yeah. Wait, I'll let you. And the other
What's
thing
wrong
is,
with you, bro?
wait. The other
What's
thing
wrong
Wait,
is,
wait, wait, wait. Chill, Juju man, just land. Juju
yeah,
man, land.
yeah. The other thing is in the big games away nights in Europe when everything is not clicking, when Salah is busy missing and not in touch, when the all front three is not missing, who does Liverpool look up to? Like if they all look up to Mane, he's the one that's going to start. If anything, if the team is not doing well, he's the guy that is everyone looks up to start something with Liverpool, and that's I mean. We saw that in the knockout stages, and the entire season we've seen that. So that this tells me that this guy is the better
Juju,
player
yeah,
Okay,
because
okay, okay. No,
Juju,
no, no, no,
Juju, Juju. No,
guys.
no, no, wait, wait.
Guys, no. That's it.
Here,
We are moving topics.
Red,
We're
but
moving topics.
wait,
We're moving
I've been
topics.
trying to
Trent
speak
have
for
No,
so
no, no, no,
long.
no, no,
plenty
no, no, no.
of assists.
We're moving topics. We're talking about Syria because
Yeah,
we've spent too
come
long on
on
this
now.
topic. We're moving topics right now. So,
Yes, Jesus.
Syria. So, look, man. What a game
Best
that we
league in
had.
the
No, no,
world,
no, no.
man.
Look,
Best.
the key thing here is
Second
this. Let me
best
just
in the
let me
world.
just open
Second
this up
best.
like this. I believe Juve are going to do 9 in a row. As much as I believe that Juve are going to do 9 in a row, if ever, if ever there was a chance for Juve to be dethroned, I think it could be this season for some reason. Now, I already
No.
said before this Juve Napoli game that Inter Milan are the best, are the best team to stop Juve from doing it. I said Napoli don't have what it takes, but I was very, very, very impressed with how Napoli came back, and we saw a lot of things because there are a lot of things that I need to say here because, and I think specifically with our dear friend who's obviously like down there, Mr. Koulibaly. So because Koulibaly scored an own goal, he's now crap. Oh, you see, those that jump to
So
that are Twitter merchants who are just
Yeah.
reactionary. Like for me, I still believe
yeah,
that Koulibaly is a fantastic footballer, absolutely fantastic footballer, top three African players, and I just think still one of the best defenders in the world. It happens, and it was just a very, very horrible situation for it to happen based on what they did. But I think many different things. And I'll let that guy speak. The Chiellini injury is massive, absolutely
Yeah.
massive, because I am not sure how the league's going to work because we're now hearing that Boateng is close to joining Juventus because apparently
Yeah.
Boateng missed Bayern Munich training, and they're saying that they're going to try and do a deadline day deal to bring. So the fact that they're actually trying to bring Boateng in just shows you how they don't believe that a Delict
it's
Bonucci defensive partnership is going to see them through. So my thing about it is that I think it was amazing that Manolas, Lozano, and I think even the other dude, all new signings, so scored for Napoli.
Di Lorenzo, yeah.
And I just now, you know what? We could be in. I think this could prop up to be one of the most exciting Serie A. We could see a three-horse race. We could generally see a three-horse race. I'm still not putting money on anybody winning it over them. But if ever there's a chance, remember, Sarri is coming in, it's a whole new system, and this team still is not clicking to the system. Sarri is still not yet on the touch because of the whole new pneumonia thing. So if there's any kind of way for a team to go ahead of Juve this season, it is this season. And for me, I just believe that because look, Lukaku is G'ing up now. Lukaku is already G'ing up, so he's already up and running. So we'll just have to see where it goes. So let's go to Abdullahi. So let me just I think I'm here. So Mr. Abdullahi, with regards to Juve and Napoli, so thoughts on the game, but more so, do you believe either Napoli or Inter Milan can dethrone Juventus this season, or do you still think that it's inevitable for Juventus to win the Serie A this season?
Yeah, it's possible. Like, well, it's possible to dethrone Juventus. It's possible. It's real possible. We can't just decide now because it's way too early.
Abdullahi, sorry to disrupt, but they've won 8 in a row.
I know they won it in a row.
In a
Yeah,
row,
I knew,
consecutively,
I
year
knew they
after
won
year.
it in a
So,
row.
okay.
They won it in a row. But it's way too early. It's way too early to say we want to dethrone someone. We have to give them time and see how it's gonna be. By January, February, then we decide. Because now it's too early. But if you see someone that is gonna dethrone Juventus right now, I'm gonna rely on Inter Milan ahead of Napoli. Because we people are
Yes.
sleeping. We're sleeping too much on Antonio Conte. I'm serious. We're sleeping too much on him. He knows exactly what he's doing.
Yeah,
He's
did
a
you watch
very
them
good
today,
coach.
man? They were
They
so bad.
barely won, bro. They
Who
scraped
was
our team.
It
bad?
happens.
Wait,
It,
wait,
Inter,
it,
let
it,
him
Inter, they
land. But
suck
didn't
so
they win the
bad
game?
today.
Did they win the game?
anybody
Three
Cagliari
can
are
points,
top
three
score.
eight.
points.
They
Cagliari are
won
top
it
eight.
A win is
easily,
a win. A win
easily
is a win.
controlled the game easily.
Dude, they need a
Is
penalty to
what?
win the game, dude.
A win is
No,
a
but
win. A win is
Cagliari
a
are
win.
top away.
Abdullahi,
Cagliari are top.
finish.
It happens. It happens. Anybody could struggle win. Liverpool, Man City, Real Madrid, Barcelona. Anybody struggles to win. Nobody win beautiful. A win is a win. 3 points is 3 points. For me, the person I rely too much on to dethrone Juventus is gonna be Inter Milan. Whereas sleeping too much on Antonio Conte,
Okay.
too much, and Lukaku is geeing up, man. My
He's
man
no,
is
no,
geeing up.
he's dreaming on.
Lukaku is
Look at
he's showing himself, man.
Okay.
And we're
All right.
forgetting
He
Lautaro
just scored a
Martinez also.
penalty.
So
Anybody
wait,
Cristiano
chill,
Ronaldo,
chill.
Lionel Messi, they score penalties.
Wait, chill,
So
guys, chill,
anybody,
man. Okay. Before I go to Ahmed, let me just hit the super chat. So, super chat's here from Martin Rosario, 499 super chat. Thank you very much, Mr. Martin Rosario, for donating to the Football Hut. He said, y'all really believed Juve was going to blow a 3-0, circumcision for you guys who don't know, lead in the presence of CR7. He ain't that midget in Camp Nou. Laugh my ass off.
Oh my god.
That's harsh. That's harsh. That's
Well,
harsh.
Wait,
Ahmed.
you know
I
what's
thought
Ahmed.
funny?
three goals
You
was
know what?
Ahmed.
lubrication.
You know what's funny?
Easy, guys. Don't take the
You know
bait.
what
Don't
Father
take the
Louis?
bait.
Why do we have to
Don't
bring the
take the
Ronaldo
bait.
Messi debate to
Don't
everything?
take the bait. Ahmed. Thoughts on Juve Napoli and the state of the Serie A. Ahmed.
Okay, well, firstly, I'm pretty sure three goals is a lubrication by the chart, but I'll keep going. Um, I don't think Juve will get dethroned. I know it's a possibility. Like I'm not saying it's a 100% lock-in that Juve win, but I'm saying that Serie A has become in recent years a Juventus league right now. Like, Napoli challenged the one time
Not
and that
this
was
year.
it.
Not this year.
See, yeah, this year it's gonna be different. This year I recognize that Inter are gonna chase Juve. They're gonna chase and they're gonna chase well. But I'm putting my if I had to bet, I'd put my money on Juve. I'm not gonna bet on Inter Milan. I don't see Inter Milan,
But
especially in it being Conte's first
who
season.
pushes them closest, Napoli or Inter Milan?
Inter Milan, I would say, over Napoli, but Napoli won't be too far behind.
Okay. All right, Christ. Thoughts on this? Who will push your team furthest?
Can you hear me, man? Can you
Yeah,
hear me?
I can hear you. Talk, man.
Oh,
Talk, man.
on Milan, man, because they have the manager. They have a better team than Napoli. In my and also I just don't trust Napoli.
Hello?
They're just bottlers, man. Like I don't trust. So I think Inter Milan will push us, but I think we'll find a way.
So okay, so you're riding with Inter over Napoli because Napoli are bottlers.
Definitely, man, and they have a better manager. Like in 20 can get the best out of his players.
Okay, all right, okay.
Yeah.
FG.
Yeah. So I just want to. Yeah, firstly, that Juve Napoli game. Yeah, I was so impressed by Juve. For the first 16 minutes. It was so good to see. It was
Whoa! What the hell happened in the second half? So you were impressed with that
no,
second half?
The first 60 minutes. I
Yeah,
mean, that was
that's true.
before the downfall. Yeah, I was so impressed. It was finally good to see good football at Juventus, unlike Allegri, that cancerous manager. And Napoli. I mean, look, man, Napoli are trash. The only reason they came back from the 3-0 thing is we just we just dropped our intensity and our concentration level. And De Ligt's inexperience level showed up and conceded 2 goals. That's the only reason Napoli scored those 3. For this title race, look, man, this title race ending in December. There's no way we're losing. We're not.
In
We're going.
December? What?
Yeah, it's ending in December. There's like Inter will fall back. We'll have like a 6-point lead over Inter by the end of
You're
the.
a Madrid fan.
No, no, I'm not. Don't associate me with that garbage club, man. Yeah, we'll have it like a 7 point lead over by the end of December.
Final
FG,
lubrication.
go back to
You,
Real
you know
Madrid.
what? You know
FG,
what?
go back
You are
to Real
Gareth,
Madrid.
bro. You're
Uh,
FG, go back to
Look,
Real
That's
Madrid.
bad.
Lubrication
The
in our
club that
final.
helps you win back to
Lubrication in
back
our final.
leagues.
wait,
Is
wait, wait,
also
wait, wait. Yeah, yeah, go, yeah. Look, man, I'm not impressed by what do you call it, Conte's answer. I'm watching him today, and Lukaku is doing what Lukaku did, like always with Manchester United, playing like shit. This dude, honestly, they're actually playing with 10 men. Lukaku, because every time they do a 1-2 anything, Lukaku just messes. The first goal he scored in the first Serie A game, that was a typical goal, like a rebound goal, like
Tap in,
Lukaku
yeah, yeah.
does. And the second was a penalty. I don't see him scoring that many goals. I see him scoring 10 max, honestly.
FG, you missed the
We're sleeping on Lukaku too much. It's
you
Nah,
not.
missed
nah,
the
we're not.
tap
I'm
in.
not sleeping on. I'm not sleeping on anything. And one
Seriously,
more thing,
FG, round
I'm
Inter.
up.
wide awake.
Since look, when the Champions League midweek games come back, Inter will fall back because Conte always struggles when there's more than one game in a week. So like, there's not going to be any title race this season.
Okay. All right, that's
We'll
fair.
see.
Wait, so, so,
We'll
so
see.
before I go to Hazard, let me hit the super chat. So, super chats here from Young One, $5 super chat. Thank you very much for the donation, Young One, who says Delict will improve. It was his debut and his first full 90 minutes game in a while. Now, Young One, the thing is this: I think Delict is a fantastically talented defender, but I do believe that Barcelona was a much better fit for him because he's a very much a modern ball playing defender. And I think if you have two ball playing defenders, I'm not sure whether that works. I think you need one old school defender and a ball playing defender. So I think he'll improve, and I think that we shouldn't rush to criticize the league too quickly because look, this kid is a very talented defender who helped lead Ajax to a Champions League semi-final. But I just think that let's give him some games. But specifically, people are missing out. Hasn't even been yet on the touchline. So let Sarri come to the touchline, work with the team, get his team playing like how they're playing. Then we can then see
Exactly.
Juve in their
Exactly.
full blow. So Hazard, thoughts on this?
Yeah. So there's a lot of things to say here. So, first of all, I just want to say that I'm not an Inter fan, but I'm really happy that Kaku scored that penalty because when he was taking it, it was just so many racist pricks just making monkey noises. So
Hey, look, Hazard, that's
it
never
was
going to change. The Syria is racist, but
yeah, I'm
what
just
can we
happy
do?
they scored it. And so yeah, basically that was a really good game. And first, I'm going to talk about the game. So Napoli just showed that their defense is a mess. Like they got Manolas to partner Koulibaly, but there's no chemistry at all in the defense. So they conceded 7 goals in the first 2 games.
Damn. Yeah.
So it's
Jesus.
just very. They have to fix that issue if they want to be considered title race. As for the comeback, look, man, very amazing comeback, and have to look at the Juventus defense as well. The Delict still needs some time, and no, great comeback. Lozano is a baller. I'm gonna say this now. He's a really good player, just the player they need. But I know this is a good game and everything. I'm sorry, but I can't put Napoli in the title race this year
What about Inter Milan?
because yeah, this year is going to be a two-way title race between Inter and Juventus. Juventus will still win it, but I think Inter will challenge. But I'm sorry, but I cannot put Napoli this
Neither
title
can I.
race
Finally,
because
common sense, man.
they didn't they needed to sign a star player this window. They were linked to James, they were linked to Icardi. They should have got either one of those, and then definitely you could put them in. It would be a three-way title race. But they didn't get that star player. They don't have that guy who stands out in the front three. They have Mertens, Insigne, okay, Lozano, but
Yeah, true.
Milik, they don't have that guy. They say, oh, okay, this is the difference maker. They don't have the difference maker. So I'm sorry, but I can't put them in a title race. And their defense to add to it, they need to fix up defensively. Inter Milan, yes, they look good. They look good with Conte, and they got Sanchez. They have Lautaro. They have a good squad. And I think they're really going to challenge Inter. Sorry, they're gonna challenge Juventus, and Conte just brings that in. Well, he brings immediate success, but I don't think they can win it yet. As I said this last summer, Inter will win it next season. Um, so Juventus will win 9, but not 10 in a row. And I know it shows the bad state of the Serie A, but it's a gradual process, unfortunately. And yeah, so Inter, they're looking good. Lukaku, um, doing well, still needs to prove himself
Wait,
because
how many how
those
many
two.
how many G's for Lukaku this season? How many G's for Lukaku?
15,
I'm
man.
gonna go with 20. I'm gonna go with 20.
Jesus.
Okay, all right.
No,
Oh,
he's
okay,
gonna
all right,
do
all right,
well.
fair enough, fair enough. All right, Jujuman.
Look, I don't think there's any in Syria, and I know Inter have improved, but I don't trust them. And and the one thing about Inter
Wait, so
that I'm
Jujuman, are you
impressed.
saying 10 in a row for Juve?
Yes, it'll be a 10. Unfortunately, I don't like Juventus, but they will win it.
Wait, wait, wait,
They have
wait. So you're telling me that it's going to be a decade of
yeah
Juve
because
wins?
yeah because they have the squad depth. The other teams don't have the squad depth. I mean, Inter Milan, I'm not sure they have as much squad depth as Juve. So Juve can afford to. They can like when it's Champions League. I think FG mentioned when Champions League reaches. I mean, when it's Champions League time, then I mean, Juve will have the edge because of their players. They have too many players. But the one limitation I saw, I watched the first half. I couldn't watch the second half because the
Same,
Napoli
same.
because Napoli is just disappointing in that first half. And so first half, Juventus Higuain they look better attacking wise with Higuain, and Douglas Costa looks like their main source. And I mean the guys that creates a lot of chances. So if as long as Costa stays healthy, this team is good. It's still good. Uh, for Inter's best chance is maybe a cup like a Coppa Italia. That's their best chance of getting
Nah,
a
nah, we're
trophy.
winning the treble, man.
Oh no trouble. With Champions League, this team is that
Oh, no,
defense
no,
is
no.
not
Juve
good
are not
enough
winning any
for
treble, man.
Champions
No way,
League.
man.
Yeah, but that defense is not good enough for Champions League.
I'll keep this recorded, man.
Can
But
I say
what's it
something
called?
about the leaked?
Yeah, no. I'll finish. The other thing is with Lukaku with a racist chance. I mean, not surprised. It's easy. I guess that's one of the but downsides of playing football in a third world country. But I'm not surprised about that. So
Wait. That's not
no,
fair.
No,
no,
That's
that's
so,
not
dude.
no,
It's
fair.
only
no,
it's
no.
only it's only that fair. Not to mention England has more racist fans than Italy.
No, but Syria won't do anything. Just listen. There won't
Has
be
England
anything.
has
There
England
won't
done
be. There's
anything?
high
Yeah,
tolerance.
that's the
Has
problem.
I am
Premier
That's the
League?
problem.
disgusted.
Serie A
I am
doesn't do anything.
disgusted with Europe. Some European countries the way they handle racism. It's like
Yeah,
just put it under
yes,
the rug as if it's nothing instead of
that's the issue.
making a
That's the
big
issue.
deal. Yeah, exactly. Instead of making a big deal out of this, they're supposed to even. I'm not even. This is no overreaction, but they're supposed to ban fans from the stadium for like 5 games. If it affects the teams, too bad.
Yes, yes.
Like you cannot have this. This cannot
FIGC,
go.
FIGC.
Yeah, this cannot keep going on. And so for Syria to end, Syria, Juventus should win. And as for top scorers, I think Lukaku and will outscore Ronaldo this season. He'll
Easy,
outscore
Juju. Oh,
Ronaldo
Juju, no, no,
because
no, Juju.
no. Look, the
Wait, wait,
system is
Juju,
built
are
for.
you putting okay, Juju? Are you putting
Yep.
you're putting your word there that
Yes.
Lukaku
Yeah.
is going to outscore Cristiano this season?
Yes. Because what's it called? But because I think with Juventus, Higuain looks like he'll team. Higuain looks like he'll score more the most goals for
No,
Juventus.
Juju, man, come on, bro.
No,
Juju, man,
and what's it called?
the dude's a brick. Come on, man.
No, but he just blends in that team. Like Juve's attack has improved from last season. They look way better with Higuain, and with Inter Milan, it's the system fits Lukaku. Like the system because him and Lautaro, they have a chemistry, and every game, like it looks like every game, either one of them will be scoring a goal. So it's like the way Conte has made this team, Lukaku should be scoring. Like I'll be shocked if he doesn't. As someone say, I'll be shocked if he doesn't get 20 this season because the
Yeah.
way the
Okay. All right,
system is built for him.
all right. Let's just move on. Hardcore thoughts on this Serie A, and who can challenge Juve?
Yeah, this is a good one. This is a good one. Um, I think Syria rising to dominance will start happening when we start seeing a lot of these Italian teams going far in the Champions League knockout stage. I think that's when Serie A's dominance will start happening. Um, Again, I think it was a fluky win, like Montana said yesterday. Very fluky. I think Koulibaly, it was really undeserved, and it was kind of like a heartbreak. And I thought Napoli played really well in the second half, to be honest. I thought Napoli really gave it their all. I thought they really, you know, like really pushed Juventus all the way to the edge. But
But can they sustain the consistency this season? I don't care about one game. Can they sustain a title challenge consistency for this flipping season? Yes or no? Under your boy Ancelotti.
oh, you talking about Napoli?
Yes.
Uh,
What?
mm, I
Why
don't
you
think
laughing?
so, bro. To be honest, like I'm not even gonna lie, like they, I don't know why they didn't tie that James Rodriguez deal down by this
Yeah,
summer.
or
I
Cardi.
mean, they should have, they should have at least gotten one world class player out of this summer window, and I'm
Okay,
shocked
so
that they
okay, so you
didn't
say
get
so.
one.
So Insigne isn't world class to you.
Um, I, I mean, he's okay.
He's not. He's not.
Koulibaly.
He's not world class. Sorry, bro. He's not in the Cristiano level. Like, you know what I'm trying to say. But what I'm saying is, I think personally, Napoli have a lot of impact players, and I think that's a good thing about Napoli is they have impact players. So, like, let's say like they're 4-0 down or they're 3-0 down, these guys can peg back, and score a couple of
Oh,
goals.
come on, not
That's
always. This
horrible.
was just a one-time thing, man.
Okay,
And
all right, all
and
right. Okay.
and I
So how before I move on? So who wins the Serie A this season? Juve, Napoli, Inter Milan, or Pescara?
wait, sorry, what was the options?
Who wins the Serie A this season?
Options.
Juventus, Napoli, Inter Milan, or Pescara?
Pescara. What?
Hardcore, can you just answer the
He
damn
got it.
question? Who wins the Serie A this season?
um, I'm not gonna lie, but to be honest, I think Juve is gonna win it because of experience and the
Okay,
know-how.
all right, okay,
Yeah.
cool. Okay, Rahimski, Serie A low down man.
Um, honestly, pretty good games over the weekend. I would say FG was kind of wrong about the Inter game because I lean more towards red on that side. I think
Mm.
Inter were pretty much controlling that entire game. And you can see just the tactical genius that is Conte because okay, Conte sometimes has problems adapting to his opponents, but I mean his philosophy is already implemented into this team. Like you can see remnants of Chelsea in this Inter team, which is pretty impressive because Inter have the personnel this year. Like it's not as far as it was before between Juventus and other teams. I'm sure even Hazem can attest to this. Like Juventus seem like kind
Yeah.
of a tired dog at this point. Like they've been shot at multiple times, and eventually you're just gonna crumble. I
Mm.
think with Juve, the problems with Juve, okay, defense aside, yes. So there's obviously defensive frailties
So,
without
okay,
Keeling.
do you think that they should be worried about today licked in the long term?
Yeah, no. Whenever you're reliant on a teenager as a defender, you have problems.
Chelsea.
That's it. Chelsea, yes, okay, but I mean, in terms of generally in football, the narrative, you're gonna have problems when you have a teen as your main defender. So
I mean,
it's
Chelsea do
it's
have it.
it's it's problematic. I mean, the only way that I can see Sarri succeeding with just Delict is if he can soak up pressure. And I think players that can generally soak up pressure, good examples would be Boateng is actually pretty good at that. So if they get him, yeah, sure, he's going to make some
Yeah.
reckless decisions sometimes, like Boateng generally does. But a lot of the time, that'll give Delict the chance to react in those situations. So I think it's possible. The problem I have with Juve generally is their options going forward. Aside from Cristiano, I don't think they have very reliant forwards at all.
No, no.
And
Costa's all right.
they're
Costa's,
Costa's very good.
I think Juventus are.
let's backtrack because Costa doesn't really play like a forward anymore. He's a lot of the times he's in the midfield. He's
He's a
creating stuff.
supporter.
Yeah.
Winger.
So who's gonna win Serie A for me? That's a good question. I'm gonna, this might rattle some people. I'm gonna stick my neck out and say Napoli.
Napoli.
Red.
Yeah,
No,
yeah,
because you see,
yeah. I
no,
know,
because
I
Ramsky,
know,
you have to
I know, I
absorb
know, I
that
know.
this is a
No, 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 no,
narrative
no, no. I
that
know, I
Wow,
know, I
what
know.
a way to be so different.
The reason I'm saying this is because if you like, not only were Napoli impressive in their last game, but the new additions to their team. That's a very stacked team from top to bottom.
yeah,
If you
but
look at it,
come on,
they still have
Rahimski is
it.
having Lozano really going to lead Napoli to a Serie A title. He's a good
I
player,
don't. He
but
doesn't.
come
He
on.
doesn't. He doesn't have to. He doesn't have to lead them. That's a very good squad. They can
Hmm.
help each other. That squad. I'm pretty sure they have a man. They have at least two men in every position. It's just a great squad,
No,
and they have
no, Rimsky, but I just feel that Rimsky, there's a narrative that I think Napoli have to deal with where Maradona will be the only man who led them to their only two titles ever.
and
And
that's
I think
fair.
that,
That's fair. That's fair. But if you look at it objectively in
mm,
footballing standards, whenever a squad has a very good starting 11, a very good bench, and a very good manager, you have to put them in title
Carlo, yeah,
contention.
mostly
but then,
I,
Carlo.
yeah,
Rahimski, a very good point that hasn't made is that you can have the best squad in you want, but there's that butler's mentality that I think Napoli have, where when the critical moment arises, when that key game comes, they always fail. They always falter in those key games. Maybe they will change it now, but I think they always falter. All right, let's.
see,
Can I
that's
add one
fair,
more thing
but
about the
Just
but
league?
last
that,
point, and then I
that,
go
that
go to
that's
Red.
fair. But that's fair. But you need Juventus to take advantage of those situations, and I don't think they're willing to do that this season based on how hurt the team is. So
Okay, all right, Red.
Can I add one thing on the league?
Yeah. So with the who's going to win the Serie A? Inter Milan's going to win the Serie A easily,
Oh
Oh,
God. Oh
and it's
God.
gonna no. And I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why.
This
First of
Lukaku
all,
stand, man.
Lukaku. It's the partnership between Lukaku and Lautaro. That's the upgrade on Icardi. Lukaku alone would have been an upgrade on Icardi, but with him as a strike
No,
partnership,
Whoa.
it's
really.
it's, it's incredible. Because even today, if you look at the first goal for Lautaro, like if that had not went in, Lukaku was right there to capitalize on that and make sure it goes in. If you go back and look at that goal, aside from that, Conte, the 3-5-2 that he's playing, it's been a very effective. You see the wingbacks like Asamoah was man of the match today, hands down. The guy
Very
was
good.
looking like
Yeah.
he was incredible today. Now,
Another Victor Moses happening.
like I see the wingback in play, and
It
then if
was
you
a
look at Kandreva, if you look at Kandreva, no, I'm getting to. I'm going to give my entire thoughts here. But when it comes to Kandreva, like he was very effective in the first game. Now, granted, the teams that we played, like Agliari, like they were.
Lecce.
No, I'm talking about today's match. We've beaten them. Like our record against them was very good. So I think in the net, like
we
I want to see against in the Milan derby. In the Milan derby, yeah, I'm
we
repping Inter, man. I'm
Oh,
repping
we're getting
Inter.
fucked in the derby and
Udinese in the Milan derby, which is going to be really two good tests because I'm not sold
we
on Inter just yet. But let's see, because like we've only been Lecce, which is they've recently been promoted, and Cagliari, like we've had better like a good record against them
so
previous to
okay,
this.
okay,
So I'm not judging off that.
Red, are you so you're backing Inter based purely on Lukaku, or based purely on the squad, or based purely on Conte?
No. The squad. Conte, they're effective. Like it's a deep team.
by
Like today,
watch out
by
for
the
like
way,
Carlos Sensi.
since
bro,
when were
De
you
Vrij
Inter
wasn't
fan?
even De Vrij wasn't even on the pitch. De Vrij is an elite defender. He wasn't even on the pitch today. Like it's deep. We have Alexis Sanchez now coming in
Where's
on the
Godin?
Godin
Godin.
came
Bro,
on
you're not
late.
an
having
Inter fan.
good.
Like,
Look, I'm not an Inter fan, but I'm repping them, man. It's cool. It's cool. I just want to follow Serie A, and it's much more
shamelessly
enjoyable when you
saying
have
a
to
week.
follow a team.
Oh my.
The thing is, you're just hurt because of Juve. Juve are not doing anything. That
Okay,
team is
okay, okay,
so
okay. So okay,
tired
so
that they,
so 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 Red. So so in your view, you're saying Inter first, Juve second, Napoli third.
yeah.
Wow.
Napoli, maybe I don't. Yeah, Napoli third.
Who's fourth?
I'd say Napoli third.
Okay. All right. Vas.
Okay, so I actually have a ton of slam. Like all parties involved here. Look, so like first of all, dude, like these Juventus fans, dude, 50% of them who are plastic, including the two knuckleheads in here. They're all screaming.
I'm not
They're all.
okay.
Let
You
me
don't
finish. Let me
even know me.
finish, you
You don't
child. Let
even
me
know me.
finish, my
You
child.
don't
Let me
even know.
finish, bro. You'll have your say, okay?
I have no idea what he's talking
Okay,
about.
and then
Oh
dude,
yeah,
these
sure.
these plastics, dude. Okay, let me finish, dude. These plastics, okay. They're okay. Look, they're screaming that Inter Milan like need points reducted because the racism, right? And the whole team should be punished because of the racist fans. I
They're
mean, that's
scared.
fine, dude. But their reasoning for it is not because of the reasoning for it is because they're just scared that these guys are gonna like come and challenge them. But I have some good news for you. Okay, look, this is not a 2-horse title race. This is not a 3-horse title race. This is a 1-horse title race. Juventus winning easily, dude. This is like gonna be like it might be a record.
Reverse psychology.
No, it's not reverse psychology, dude. This team looks really good. I really like the shape of the team, dude. Alexandro looks like he's rolling back the years.
Danilo,
like
dude.
16, 17 again. Cristiano, he looks like he has a lot more to do in this team than he does at Madrid in terms of playing as an actual. He looks like he's pretty attractive to watch in multiple. Then you have like Douglas Costa, who I think is the best traditional winger.
So Vas, you're saying that Inter and Napoli don't have anything to test Juve?
No. They're not gonna. They have no chance of winning, dude. Juventus is gonna sweep it. In terms of who's the second best team, I'd say it's Napoli, dude, because as good as Conte is as a manager, dude, we need to stop treating Ancelotti and Sarri like they're. These guys are good managers in their own right. And you look at the squads of Napoli and Juventus, they're far superior to Inter Milan's. I like Martinez. I like Lukaku.
I don't think Napoli-ish, bro. I don't think
good. But after that strike partnership, dude, you need to give me more than a finished washed up. I mean, and I've watched a lot of Conte. He's probably like my second favorite manager after Klopp. But there are tactical setups and systems that are very detrimental to how he plays. Let me take you back to the Euro
Germany
game
team.
between
Germany.
Yeah. Let me take you back to Chelsea's games against Man City. Those possession-based systems in which the opposition team presses high and moves the ball around quickly and well and accurately, those are very harmful to the way that Conte plays. Germany completely outplayed Italy in that game despite being taken to penalties, and Man City utterly destroyed Chelsea, which is embarrassing. It was not a 1-0 game. That was at least a 3-0 game. So I think Juventus and Napoli, if it really comes down to it, will beat Inter Milan. I think Napoli might have trouble definitely in San Siro.
No, I mean,
but in Naples, I'd say they'll beat Inter.
But Vas, aren't you overlooking the point that Sarri is a new manager, new system coming in, and it may take time for this
But we're still winning.
Wait, what time, dude? We were 3-0 up against Napoli, dude.
Dude, I have a response, dude. The counter argument to that, dude, is that the same thing goes for Inter. You have Conte, who's bringing
but Conte is different. Conte is different.
And dude, look at the gap. There's a clear gulf in class. There's a clear gulf in class between the personnel that Juventus have at their disposal and the personnel Inter Milan have at their disposal.
This is my counter argument. My counter argument is that there is a greater difference between Allegri's system and Sarri's system than there is between who was the dude from Inter last season?
Spalletti.
Spalletti and Conte both follow a very old school Italian pragmatic system. So the gap between Spalletti and Conte is not as vast as the gap between Sarri and between Sarri and your boy Allegri.
Yeah, good point.
Double H, that may be true.
I have a counter. I have one last counter. I think, dude, over time, I think this Juve team definitely needs time. Juve team definitely needs time to adapt to Sarri's system, but the thing is that they're gonna get better over time. But what you have to see is that despite him bringing this completely fresh system to this set of players who are used to playing defensive football, they're still getting results.
Yeah.
Okay, they just beat the second best, despite this being a completely new system. They I think they won their first game 1-0, so they're winning these games, and they're only gonna get better. They're not gonna get worse. And
actually getting worse. Their team is as time goes through, it's just the worst. Even their first goal, it came from Danilo being centrally and Ronaldo on the right. They're so disorganized.
We were 3-0 up, dude. We were 3-0 up. We just lacked.
You ate 3 goals after that, and had it not been for an own goal,
we dropped our intensity.
Wait, guys, chill. Vas, run off your points because I need to get to Montaha.
Yeah, dude.
Vas, run
So
off your
like,
point.
I mean, dude, like Juventus clearly are the best team in Italy, dude. Like, it's this Inter Milan and Napoli bullshit is just wishful thinking. I mean, Juventus are gonna win this Serie A over 10. So that's it. Like,
All right, Montaha, thoughts?
Oh, yo, bro. Like for me, of course, bro. The season, Juventus, and like
Yeah.
for me, like the way they played. Okay, in the first half they were impressive. Like what actually they're trying to play. Yeah, like can't remember when was the last time these guys played like that. Okay, that attractive football, like move ball forward.
Never,
Like
bro.
no, yeah, yeah, play laterally as well. Yeah, wait, relax. Play laterally. Hold the ball in the dangerous areas of the pitch. No, like they didn't do that, and they look impressive. But that comes with kind of a bad stuff, and that has to do with the defense. Because you play with the Haaland, you never used to play that kind of football, and when you take that kind of risk, yeah. So it's like high risk, high reward system, bro. And I don't think so. Like for me, I think so. It might work for them in Serie A because there is no like except few teams right now: Atalanta, then Inter Milan, and then Antonio Conte, then Ancelotti, Napoli. Yeah, like they can exploit this kind of thing. But I don't think so. There are other team, who can come at them. So that's the problem. So I still believe Juventus is going to win this game, this league, this season.
But
On
who's
top
going
of
to come
that,
close, Napoli or Inter Milan?
yeah, I'll tell you. Yeah, I'm coming at that. So for me, I think so. Inter is going to be like fight for them, and like they will chase what they call it, Juventus in Serie A, and they will try to stop them. But you know what? If you want to stop Juventus, stop them. By making more gaps. Or by leading the lead by the first point. Yeah, and I mean by the league by the end of December. If you stop Juventus by like defeating them or like somehow win away games. So there might be a chance you have like you have a chance to win the league because what happens last season and like Juventus keep on winning these games by 1-0, 2-1, 3-1, 3-2. That's like you don't want that kind of stuff to happen, bro. Because by doing that, like you're allowing Juventus to win the league. So I still believe that like Inter Milan is not yet fully ready to challenge Napoli. I mean to Juventus. Well, I think so they can do stuff, and Napoli will act as a spoiler. What I believe that like they try to do with the Juventus thing, and like Juventus was so fortunate, bro. Like come on, man. And they will try to do the same thing with Inter. Let's see how Inter is going to react.
Okay.
And for me, Napoli is like a Champions League format team. I think they'll do better than Inter Milan and UCL this season. Is what I believe.
I
agree.
Yeah, and the last thing I just want to mention on the late subject, yeah, like this guy, people rated him like so many guys. Yeah, they were coming with energy. Oh, this guy's the best center back in the world. All this crap. Where is now? Where is the lead? The lead is clown.
Come on,
You know what?
Montaha, give the dude time, man.
No,
Give the
bro.
dude
No,
time. It's only a few games. Everybody wants to rip him down. Give him time. Give him time.
Hey, please, allow me to respond. Yeah.
Okay.
When you will hit that potential, then talk. Okay, that's the problem. But people keep on hyping this dude, yeah, as of like, oh, he's at the level of Van Dijk, Ramos. He's not even better than Koulibaly. Please, let's be honest, okay?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, bro, this guy's like prospect. Still, this guy's a prospect,
No,
and
he's
not better than Romagnoli.
Free form. Yeah.
What?
Yeah,
of course, he's not better than
Romagnoli.
Romagnoli.
Okay, guys.
That's it, bro.
Romagnoli is easily better than Delict.
No,
Okay, we have to move on. Okay, so
Stop the
is
Come on, guys.
okay.
Romagnoli
Time
is
to talk
not
about
better.
Barca.
No, he's not.
Time to talk about
This
Barca.
past 2 games,
Guys, we're talking about
Wait, can I add one more thing about
Osasuna,
what Red said?
Osasuna.
Can I just add one quick
So,
thing?
what is the name of this 16-year-old? What's the name of this
Fati.
16-year-old?
who cares about that? HH.
No.
Yeah,
Yes,
dude.
I care.
Yeah.
Oh,
My thing is that. So Barcelona had to rely on a 16-year-old to G them up. Now,
Oh, come on.
my thing is this. Messi is still currently injured and so forth. I believe it's now 3 out of 3 for Atletico. Atletico are on 9 points, I believe.
Yeah, they are.
And they're 9
The
points.
only team on
So thank you. So Ansu Fati, 16, crazy. And because I watched him play in the new camp game, and that guy was looking pretty damn good. That guy was looking damn good. Just that it is a bit worrying that a test tube baby is now one of the people that a whole Barcelona Football Club are relying upon. That is very worrying. And I think something tells you that Messi might be faking his injury. That Messi is faking his injury because I think Messi might be sulking because I think Messi was like, wait a minute, you were supposed to get Neymar. Because my thing is this is that look. Barcelona can still get this league without Neymar. They're not sniffing a CL. Without
Exactly.
Neymar.
I said this time and time again.
That's not happening. And I'm telling you this right now. Atletico have a very good chance this season of doing something. Real Madrid's not happening.
Oh, my brother said the same thing.
If
My brother said the same
if
thing.
Zad was fit from the first game,
my.
Real Madrid would have been 9 out of 9. 3 out easy. Zad would have already G'd up. Zad would have G'd up and ate up already. It's just that
Guys, this is the guy that says
because
he has no
Zad
biases.
hasn't been allowed to spread his wings to show that he's a tier 1 player.
Literally hasn't.
Real Madrid are screwed because trust me, the world isn't ready for Zad. The world is not ready for Zad. But my thing is
your
this.
unbiased opinion.
So my
They're not
thing
ready
is
for
this: as we go down, because also João Felix has now scored his first goal for Atletico, which is huge. In my view, I still believe that Barcelona are those dudes, and when Messi comes back, normal order will be resumed. So anybody can answer this. Because this is between Atletico and Barcelona. Real Madrid, I think it's Champions League and Copa del Rey because they did get Zad fit enough. So, if anyone can answer this, can Atletico win the league this season?
No,
I think they
take
can.
this every year, man. They're always
I
hyped
think
in the
they
beginning
can.
and then they drop. They
No,
don't
it's
win it.
not like this.
But this is a
Honestly,
difference.
yes.
Atletico.
HH, can I start? Can I start?
Oh,
HH?
okay, Red, hit it, Red.
Can I say something? Can I say something?
I'm not gonna lie. I'm like for the first time in a long time, I'm actually worried about Atleti. Like, because Atleti, every time they come into a season, they were always that team that almost was sort of like Napoli. Somebody's mic.
It's
Barca,
no
Barca.
core, man.
K-Trick.
Yeah, sorry,
Hard
but yeah. So they're always that team that like that almost is. But this year they're actually better than Barca and Madrid. Like I don't know if they're better
No
than
way,
Barca. I think
Red.
Barca
I don't
they're
think
just
so, man.
they're injuries, but no, but they already have right now a 5 point gap on Barca. Just maintain because it's very hard for Atleti to drop points. They usually at least find at least a point even from the losses. Like they always win the games they're supposed to draw and draw the games they're supposed to lose. They always just make just enough.
Wait, Red, counter argument. I saw, I've watched Atleti.
Wait. Let's okay.
Yeah.
Wait. So Red, finish your point, and then I'll give
Yeah.
it to Jijiman.
Pretty much what I see is like you are right, Juju. I know what you're gonna say. They play cancer football, but now the difference is, dude, they have game change. Like João Felix, man, is a game changer. I hate this kid, but he's good. He's good. Like he came on like that. They got the quality, and he's been good for them even without scoring. He scored his first goal right now, but even before that, this guy has
Yeah,
been quality.
exactly. Yeah, he's been good.
And
And
Lamar
also, look,
also.
it's
Lamar's
a very different Atletico. I mean, this is a different Atletico. This is not the
like
same Atletico that we've known from
they're
before.
still defensive. They're still defensive. It's just they have more quality in the transition now. Like when they're shifting the attacking gear, it's much quicker than it was before. Like they have and the players that can like change a game through an instant, which happened today. Incredible comebacks.
Oh, no.
But yeah, sorry, that's
And
all I
also,
have
like,
to say.
see, a very key point that you raise is that it's still very early. I think it's only 3 games ago, but a 5 point gap is already pretty interesting because Barcelona, obviously, you have their Clásicos, but they have to now play Atletico away. They have to play Sevilla away. I think they've already played Real Sociedad away. So
Oh no.
there are a few tricky
They
away
play
games
Valencia
already.
next.
Yeah,
And look, didn't
Valencia.
Leganes beat Barca last season? So,
Wait,
I think it's
I've
too
a
early. But look, let's bring in Jujuman here. Jujuman, okay, Jujuman.
Yeah, I have a counter argument. I watched the first game of the season for Atleti, and I don't know. It doesn't look like they're creating a lot of chances. Morata, like he scored a good goal, but he's good in the air, but I don't know if he's
Yeah, he's a
consistent
On the
brick.
enough.
He's a
ground.
brick.
Yeah,
On the
but
ground, he's bad, yeah.
yeah, on
Okay,
the ground, he's
Jujuman,
not
you're saying like
consistent
he's
enough.
still a brick. You're saying he's still a brick.
Yeah, but he's still a
Yes.
break. And the other thing is, Trippier did well the first game I watched, and I keep seeing Atleti's first game to see how good these guys are, and I've tracked them, and they keep winning by 1 goal margin, and I'm not confident. I'm not confident on this team. I'm not sure they're going
Wait, so you're saying
to go anywhere.
my thing is
And
this.
then
I'm just looking at people in the live chat. My thing is this: is that if it comes to see, if Messi plays, Barcelona will beat Atletico easy. But and even if Atletico, Real Madrid, a fully fit Real Madrid, I still think beats Atletico. So,
Wait,
see, my thing is that
double H.
Atletico will win all of these other games, but those big games against Barcelona and Real Madrid, I'm
Double
taking
H
Real Madrid and
Wait,
Barcelona
king
against
after Juju,
Atletico.
man.
wait. The other thing is, I think the real test, because this 5 points, I don't think it means anything, and it should be taken lightly. Because the key thing to know if Atleti are doing well or have improved is the game against Juventus in the Champions League. If they're able to beat Juventus, then I should take this team seriously. If not,
Yeah,
it's the same team. Nothing
yeah.
changed. Just another season, new
No, no,
players.
no.
I think
Double
that's the
H, can I
key.
say
That's the
something,
key
please?
because
After
this
Juju,
team, this team, this team is
Nah,
not consistent. It's not consistent. Okay, they lead by 5 goals, but they're barely winning. It's they scored a 90th goal. They were
Oh no,
a
no, no, no,
minute.
no,
How
no,
many
no. I
minutes
mean,
away from dropping points?
you see, for me, like
It's not
I am
reliable.
slightly with Juju man, slightly because I have seen so many instances where people have been hyped with Atletico. Then like, man, if you beat Barcelona, you can cut the lead. Then they get totally, completely, and destroyed
Luberke.
by Barcelona. But my thing
Yep.
is that the only thing I will disagree with you, Juju man, is that
Yeah.
I do feel that something feels a bit different with this Barca side. And I
Exactly.
feel that look,
Yep.
we'll see what happens
that's
when Messi comes back into the team. But even last season, Barca had to really struggle against. Look, Leganes beat Barcelona. That
Yeah.
happened. That wasn't in the
I,
Matrix. They lost to
I
exactly.
agree.
Leganes, and also
I
no,
agree.
no,
Yeah.
be very clear. Real
Yeah.
Madrid were horrible last season, and Atletico Madrid. Atletico last season was the end of that era, and those guys were just, and that's what, and I think Cristiano pretty much put the end of Atletico of that era. He put the full stop of the end of the Godin and Griezmann era of Atletico. So this is really a new wave, a new age, and we don't know. Maybe this new age is whatever, but this is a completely new, pretty much almost a completely new kind of team. Because trust me, what Jao
See.
Felix does and
Yeah.
brings, even with Trippier, is very different from what these other guys bring. And I
I
kept
I,
on hearing
I agree.
Icardi to Atletico.
Can I speak, HH? Can I speak,
Okay,
HH?
okay, hardcore, hit it.
Okay, so personally, me, HH, I think personally, and I'm not gonna lie, but I know a lot of people are saying Real Madrid is not in it, but I can see Real Madrid actually winning this league. Like I know
Hardcore,
it.
come
Don't
on,
get me.
come on,
I
hardcore
I'm
with
not
with Benzema, with Benzema.
Wait, H though. One word.
because
H.
Stop
because
disrespecting the
Zinedine
feds.
Zidane.
look
No.
look at this. Look at something, right? Look, they won their first game in the beginning of the season. Barcelona
Vanilla.
lost this game. They drew in their past two games, which I mean, it's not that bad. Like Villarreal is a good side. Valladolid is a really good side. Like they're not that
Come
easy to
on, bro.
beat.
Ralph is doing
And
great side, man.
no. Look at this. Atletico are ballers. Atletico, I can't trust in these guys one single bit
Yeah,
because
bro.
they bottle. They just know how to bottle in these big games. Especially last year when they played Real Madrid and Barcelona. You see, and Barcelona, they're not that big of a. They're no more relevant in 2019. Like, bro, um, wait,
Hardcore. Once, no, hardcore.
and
With
Osasuna, an
without Messi, you're
Osasuna
right.
guy,
No,
an
no, hardcore,
Osasuna
hardcore.
player named Torres is literally scoring a banger against Ter Stegen. How the hell does that happen in
Hardcore,
No,
soccer?
and
hardcore.
An
No,
Osasuna
hardcore.
brick
With
is
Messi,
scoring
Barca are
against Ter
very
Stegen.
relevant.
Wait,
With
double H.
Messi, Barca are very relevant. With
H.
Messi, everything changes. With Messi, everything changes. Without Messi, you're right. Without
Yeah.
Messi, you're right. With
Double H,
Messi,
can I
everything
say
Not
something,
changes.
relevant
please?
though. Even with Messi, then have.
Double H, can I say something, please?
Okay, go, hit it, go.
Yeah.
You know what the problem with Atletico is, Double H? It's that their play style, man, like so defensive and doesn't allow these guys to.
Juve fan speak.
No, I'm serious. Like I'm actually
Juve
serious.
fan.
Like he plays defensive so much that goals, bro. Like he's limiting
Yeah.
Joy. He can do so much more. Allows him to obviously, which would change his style.
No, but maybe that is where these new guys and these new players will
Wait,
come in, and maybe
and
like
double
even if he
H.
has the defensive, almost a bit similar to what the Pochettino thing is, that even if you have that defensive setup, which is that will restrict the amount of goals coming in, the reliance on the individual guys to do some kind of brilliance in Saul, in Koke, in Jao Felix, and so
It's
forth
just a
will
risky
maybe
approach
open
in my
things up.
Dude,
opinion, man. Like it's
HH,
just a
dude,
risk.
HH.
And wait, another thing double H you said, I said Barcelona might not win the title, but the only team that can win if it's not Barcelona is Madrid, and they're doing their best not to win this title. So I have to give it to
No, no,
Barcelona
no, no,
again
no.
because trying
Dude,
to losing 2 points against Vallecano, and then today against Aiba.
Valladolid.
no, no, dude,
Yeah,
dude.
like
See,
you can't lose. These guys
it's
are not
part
trying
of the
to. They're not
plan,
winning.
dude. Look,
They're not
HH,
winning
dude,
the title. They
HH,
don't want to.
HH.
All right, all right,
Look,
okay,
look,
okay,
look,
okay,
look.
okay, guys. Okay, look, before we round off, I think we need to take some questions from the audience, man. So, guys, in the live chat, last 10 minutes or so, send us any questions you want for the chat, and I'll try and pick out those questions from the live chat. So, any questions you need to be asked, any kind of footballing questions, hit those questions in right now before we round off and go. So, so as guys are sending in those questions, man, Champions League, man, who do you think is going? I mean, which team is to be feared in this Champions League?
Liverpool, man. Liverpool, man. Liverpool.
Bayern Munich.
Liverpool,
Bayern Munich. Bayern Munich.
Madrid,
Bayern Munich.
But wait. What did someone just
Man
say?
City.
Bayern? What?
It was
Yeah,
Hazard, dude. It's
Bayern.
Lewandowski eject.
Liverpool,
Lewandowski
No, I'm not
agenda.
saying. I'm not saying this because of Lewandowski.
Of
Okay,
course,
okay.
dude.
Ajax.
So
Of
Ajax is
course,
to
you're
be
saying it
feared.
because of
No,
Ajax
Lewandowski.
because
is.
I didn't pick Bayern for the past couple of
I
seasons.
think Ajax will be
okay,
feared.
wait, guys. Okay, guys, can we all be fair here? Can we all be fair? Because let's have the Champions League talk. Can we all be fair here? Um, if Pep with the squad doesn't win the Champions League, can we please
Induct him,
build
double
him a
H. No,
win?
induct him. Induct him,
Can
man.
we please build him a win? Because guys, come on, like it's getting stupid now. Because how
It's
can
time to
this
be
dude keep
with the
on
academy.
using domestic trophies? They are taking the piss out of the English Premier League. Okay, with all respect to Liverpool and everything, Man City are going to sleepwalk that league. Sleepwalk. It's going to be easy. It's getting stupid how they're disrespecting their league. So
How?
But you know, City have always been bums in
They're
English
scoring like
football.
4 goals every game.
Juju man, it's
It
stupid.
Dude, but they
doesn't.
won by just 1 point, though.
But
Bums.
it's
They've
4 goals every
bums. But
game. They're going to score like
Okay,
this.
well, Liverpool scored 3.
Yeah, but
how many
City have two
City's
times, like two
No, no,
teams
no,
in
no, no.
mentality
one.
City's scored.
The squad
Mentality.
depth is unreal.
No, it's still no, but I think no, because I have to keep on reiterating to people here because I mean, who here thinks City will win the Champions League this season?
I think
No,
they
wait.
can.
Hell,
I
I
do.
think they can.
I think
You're
they
delusional.
can.
I do.
Yeah,
I
same,
Same.
believe
bro.
HH. Can I make the
Okay.
argument?
Yo,
Can I
red,
make
go
the
ahead, go ahead.
argument?
With you, bro.
If we're looking at this City team, you're seeing a team that's building up the reputation. Like at this point, every time if you went back to 2008 and saw that with the City team, I would agree. Like when they first got the money, nobody believed that they would overtake United, but they have. They've become the best team in the Premier League now, alongside with Liverpool. But like they're still the best. 198 points over 2 seasons. I feel like, and also with the easy group that they're in, they're going to be in good shape for the second half of the season. And when that starts, I really don't see other teams that have
But
the
then,
depth
but
that
no,
they do.
but then, red. Let me respond, and I don't. What you guys think about this? Don't you think that it is a detriment or it is a disadvantage for them having such an easy group? Because
I
it then
do
means
agree.
that
dude,
once
you
it
want to
comes
know
to
what the
next season,
detriment is?
Steel shot.
The
they're not
detriment
battle
is the
tested.
fact.
Oh no, I don't agree, Double H. What's it
They'll get
called?
tested by Atalanta. They'll
Yeah,
get
yeah,
tested by
no, they'll
Atalanta.
get tested in
No,
the
they
EPL.
won't, Hazard.
Wait,
No,
wait,
they won't.
they'll get tested in the EPL. So it's like it's not a big
Yeah,
deal.
that's
Dude,
the thing.
they
It's just like these
that's
guys
So
aren't.
just Norwich and what's it called?
No, but
Norwich,
Liverpool,
Newcastle,
Yeah,
Sheffield United
exactly.
get
Tottenham, they still
tested.
get
Okay, cool,
tested.
nice
no,
one.
but guys,
They
guys, you
don't.
Bro,
can't,
yo, guys,
guys.
that
Let's not
defense,
under.
the defense
Wait,
was
guys, one at a
never
time, one at a time, one at a
tested.
time. Okay, I'll go to Muntaha and then Akko
Horrendous.
Muntaha.
Bro, hatred, bro. Like it's simple, yeah. Like we don't have to make it complicated, okay? First of all, this team is like a team like who wants to be in their comfort zone, at the
Yep.
start of the season, and and when you are in your comfort zone, bro, like you start thinking in that manner. Okay, let's focus on Premier League, and we'll see what happens in the flipping round of 16. But it doesn't work like that. even in the last hangout, I said the same thing. I have to repeat the same stuff. You have to struggle. Your defense has to get smashed in the round of in the group stages of UCL. Then you learn from your mistakes. That's what happened. What
It's
happened with
like
Barcelona
Liverpool
when
only
they
made
won
it through
UCL?
on the last day of the group stage thingies, and look
Wait,
who won.
Bro,
counter
but come
argument.
on. No, HJ, you have to understand. When you play a big team, tier one team again in the group stage, or tier two, or team with a reputation in the or like they have a pedigree in UCL, yeah.
It gets
And
you
then you
ready, man. It gets you ready.
no, wait, Christ, okay, please don't interrupt. What happens,
Thank you.
over there? Okay, what happened over there? Because big team defeated you, so it's a it's a kind of shame. It's a kind of embarrassment in Europe, bro.
Thank you.
Okay,
Thank you.
so you try to you force yourself to learn from your mistakes. This guy never learns, and when he learns, it's too
Exactly.
late. It's too
Thank you.
late. It's like high stake game. You
No,
throw everything.
Muntaha. Let me tell
Watch
you this
watch
right
them
now.
get pimp slapped by
No, Muntaha,
Belgrade
Muntaha,
in
let
the
me tell you this right
Champions
now.
League.
I am tired of the excuses that people make for Pep. I'm tired of people putting
Yes,
Pep
dude.
in the same
Bro,
category as
you know
No, no,
what,
Muntaha, no, let me land, let me land.
Yes,
No, no,
Muntaha, let me
yes,
land. Muntaha,
yes.
let me land. This season, I want that Champions League in the hands of Man City. Do you realize this? Do you realize that
Yeah, I agree.
De Bruyne has still not sniffed a Champions League final?
I
This
agree,
team
bro. I
that people
completely
keep
It's
agree with
preaching
that.
about.
basketball,
Come on.
man.
Let me
Nah,
land.
nah,
Let me
nah.
land, guys. No, let me land. This team that people keep preaching about. I watched a documentary where you said you destroyed football. You said you destroyed
Yeah,
football. And if you
that's
put
arrogance.
yourself as this genius, this bald-headed Einstein that people are saying, if
Then win the
you're the
UCL.
guys, if you're the
It's just
Catalan
that simple.
Einstein, if you're the Catalonia Einstein, I need you to do E equals MC squared Champions League final. Okay, E equals MC squared Champions League final. Do that
He will
equation,
double it. Oh
So,
wait,
yeah.
why is
guys.
everyone saying Liverpool?
Guys, there's
Why
no
is everyone
excuse.
saying
Guys,
Liverpool?
Dude,
there's
they
no
made
excuse.
two finals in a row.
But
What do you mean?
but
Why is
oh
everyone?
yeah, but let's look at this. Let's look at this. They
Let's
only
look
No
at
played.
one's
No,
one.
no,
not
no, no,
looking
no.
at it.
Let's look at this. They only
This
played
is
last year. Last year,
look
they only
optimism.
played. No,
It's
wait.
great.
Let me make a
Dude, they
point.
played
Last year,
Bayern Munich
no,
and
no, but last
Barcelona.
year,
What do you think?
let's look at last year. They were only in EPL and Champions League. Let's see. In order, are they going to drop out of the AFA and the other cup?
Yes.
And
Why
the other
can't they
thing,
drop
no,
out?
no, no. Look, are they going to do the same? And the other thing is,
Yes.
everyone's forgetting Club World Cup. Like they're playing in the EPL and they
Who
have a
cares
Club World
about
Cup
Club
too.
World Cup?
It's
Those
two
are
games,
Oh
extra
bro.
yeah,
games.
nobody cares about
It's
Club
still
World
two
Cup.
Games.
games.
No,
They're
no, no,
gonna
no,
It's
get
no,
still
no,
two
No,
no.
no,
destroyed
no,
games.
no,
if
no,
they're
no,
playing
no,
in
no,
the
no,
Club
no,
World
no.
Cup.
Let
Everyone
me say this.
struggles
Let
at
me
the
guys,
Club
guys.
World Cup.
Let me say this right now.
Everyone
No, let me
struggles.
let me say this right now.
Everyone
Let me say
Madrid
this right
won
now. Chill, chill.
the first one.
Liverpool,
They had to
Liverpool have a
Club World Cup.
duty. Liverpool have a duty to defend their title. I get it. I understand. You've never won the Premier League. I understand. There are some Liverpool fans who are Premier League merchants. I understand. There's some Liverpool fans who've never left Liverpool in their entire life. I understand. There's some Liverpool fans who've lived in England their entire lives. I understand. There's some Liverpool fans or people who didn't even own a flipping passport. I understand. But a world exists. A global
Yeah.
world exists. Liverpool, it is your duty and your right to defend your title. I don't care what you do in that Premier League or what you try and do. As the defending champions, because look, I don't think anybody's going to do what's Real Madrid. And we've not even gotten
Yeah,
to
but
Real Madrid because
yeah.
Zidane, you messed up. You should have never have come back. You're ruining your legacy. Okay, you fool. And you know I love you. You're one of my idols. But what the hell are you doing? Chill, just chill. I'm gonna get to Real Madrid. I'm gonna get to everybody.
Yeah.
Liverpool, it is your right to defend your flipping title. If that means you mess with the Premier League, so be it.
That's
If
the only
you
way.
dare, no. Let me say this right now. If you dare prioritize the bloody Premier League over the
I hope they
CL, are you sick?
do. I
What?
hope they do.
Yes.
Is the norm though? Is the
No,
norm for
Madrid.
Spain?
Look,
Well,
Madrid won a three-peat, and the only way they were able to do that is because they bought. I mean, one season. I
Nah,
mean,
nah,
one.
nah,
No,
nah,
but
nah,
No,
bro,
you
bro,
threw
bro,
away the
bro.
league. Like the leagues were over in
no,
December.
no, no.
They were over
That's
in
so
December.
stupid,
You
dude.
weren't. It wasn't close.
I want
I
to
mean,
Dude, in
respond on that.
2016, dude, in
you have to.
2016 we lost by a point in
One
the league.
point,
Yeah,
bro.
1 point.
One
Yeah, dude.
point. Yeah, bro, are you kidding me, bro? Yeah, bro.
2017 18 was the only reason, the only season that we really dropped off from
But
the league. Madrid have
Yeah,
always
dude.
averaged nine, like in between 86 to 93 points in the league.
But
Yeah,
you
and
guys still lose. You
Okay,
still lose the league.
wait, guys,
By
guys,
one,
guys,
no,
let's wait, guys, let's
but
talk.
what I have
Chill,
is that like
guys, chill. I'll start meeting guys. Okay, let's talk PSG now.
Oh, come
Oh
on,
my god.
Sage.
Who laughed?
Oh god.
Who the hell laughed?
Gargantuan Club.
Who the hell laughed? Man, you better show some respect.
Gargantuan Club.
PSG 0 UCL.
Let's talk PSG now. This is my thing here. So I take it Neymar is staying.
Yes.
So
Unfortunately.
So with Neymar staying,
So much for Anish's.
wait, chill, relax. With Neymar staying,
Yeah, Christ,
that now
chill.
means that, guys, it's not called, guys, it's called the Uber Eats Liga. That's what it's called. You don't need to call it Farmer. It's called the Uber Eats Liga. So my thing is this.
Let's respect
My thing is
it a little,
this.
HA.
If so, Neymar staying at. Okay, Jujuman, I know that Neymar was one of your best friends. So you being your best friend, maybe you speak with him on the phone. So Jujuman, after this, I need you to pick up the phone. This is what I need you to tell Neymar directly. Pick up the phone, clear. And Jujuman, I want you to tell this to Neymar. Tell that prima donna, money
Easy.
cameo appearing.
Easy, easy.
Go to my sister's birthday party, earring wearing, boxing commercial using with Cristiano, flipping,
Easy.
cross
Not
dressing,
pizza party.
half dressing, flipping, weird fashionista, pink purple, loser, irrelevant, sideshow, Brazilian, whatever it is. Tell that dude that all I want is one season. Jujuman,
He will. Yeah, he will.
Can I say something?
Just shush. Jujuman, pick up a pen and paper right now because I need you to write this message right now. Jujuman, pick up a pen and paper. Write this right now.
Take a pen,
Tell
write it
Neymar,
down.
you owe not only me, not only PSG, but the footballing world one season. Jujuman, are you writing this down?
Yeah, I'm typing
Thank
it. You owe
You
PSG.
you owe Paris. Don't even write PSG. You owe Paris Saint-Germain. I'm going to go French on this on his ass. You owe Paris Saint-Germain
Paris.
one flipping season. You loser. You've spent
Wait,
2
easy.
seasons
You're a
in this
loser.
place without giving them a full season. Are you sick?
Okay,
Now
well, I have a
that
question.
you're now
Wait.
here- no, Jujuman. This is important. This is the important message I need to do.
Yeah.
Jujuman, tell Neymar if you dare, in a second round game, you get yourself injured and you leave the prodigy there by himself for a third time in a row, tell him never to come back to football again.
Can I say something?
I will. And what's
I
it
say
called? The one, just to respond. Neymar, I don't care what the media says. I don't care what anyone says. They have to cut his leg. We're not giving up. Another season, another Champions League. He's going for it. They have to cut his leg. He's not quitting. He's not quitting. He's not quitting. I don't.
Okay, all right, okay.
wait, guys,
Hazan, you wanted to speak, Hazan.
I have a question.
Yeah, so there's a possibility of another ego being added into the mix at PSG because there are rumors of Icardi going on loan to PSG. So that would be
God.
I
Wait,
think one of the most interesting scenarios.
divorce that blonde chick, man? Can you just divorce that flipping blonde chick?
Sister Wanda.
She's gonna
going
sleep
to
with
PSG.
Neymar, dude.
Imagine Wanda, Icardi, and
That would be
Neymar.
funny.
So
Yeah.
many egos.
Neymar's
It's gonna be
father,
crazy.
bro.
It's personality.
Just
It's personality.
flipping blonde
Dude,
chick, man.
HH, bro, can I say something?
Yeah, Vas, speak, man. Talk, man. What the hell? Talk.
Yeah, dude.
So I want to say something.
Dude,
Yes, I know. Haircut,
Okay,
chill, man.
wait.
Vas, talk.
dude. First question, dude. Is the Champions League really a bigger deal than Neymar's sister's birthday? Okay, and second of all, like,
What?
just imagine, like the state of Pornhub, dude, after the threesome of Wanda, Neymar, and his sister.
Oh, oh God. Jesus.
Vas, why the hell did you have to go them?
I wouldn't be
You
surprised
didn't
if
have
Wanda
to
go
go
with
You
Neymar.
really
Dude,
didn't have
because
to
they
go there.
hired me as the camera guy.
Okay. Basically, in short, this is how look. If
There's gonna
Neymar,
be so much drama,
children,
man.
look, so this is my last thing on PSG.
Wait. Oh yeah.
Or
sure.
okay.
You didn't let me
Let me
speak.
just talk then. Unless someone else. Okay, my last thing on
You didn't let me
PSG is
you didn't let me
if
speak.
Neymar doesn't give PSG an entire season where PSG are never not winning the Champions League, and if they don't, I think we all have to round up and just completely excommunicate Neymar from football. He should not be allowed to
Never.
ever play football ever again if that happens. Never again. Does
Wait,
Nah,
anybody
we
Double
have
H,
we
any?
for
Double
me,
H,
let's hope
KJ, I
Double
have a
H.
that
question
he
for you,
stays
bro.
Wait,
there.
Wait, Double H. We're going to
Keitri,
talk
Keitri
about
wanted to speak.
Chelsea.
Keitri wanted to speak. Keitri.
And with Chelsea too. Double H trying to escape talking about Chelsea.
No.
Hardcore.
I'm
Hardcore
ready.
said
No. I
something.
will talk
Hardcore.
about Chelsea. So, does
Uh,
anybody have any final words on PSG?
Hardcore.
Yeah,
Okay.
can I say one last thing? Can I
I
say
want
one
to.
last
Wait,
thing about
hardcore.
that?
Hardcore has something to say.
Oh, okay. Hardcore.
All right, so yeah, HH. So I'm just gonna say this. In a UCL night, in a one-off final when PSG versus City play each other, both are oil money rich teams. Who do you think is gonna win the game personally? Because
PSG.
both of these clubs are zero UCL teams, and not only that, what you're trying to tell me is oil money buys you the UCL. That's what you're trying to tell me here.
No.
So
Yes.
I
Who
don't
said
know
Nobody
that?
can buy
why
you Neymar.
I don't know why oil money buys the UCL, but if that was the case, then
Who
Barcelona
said
should
that?
have
No one
won the
said that.
UCL
What?
a year before. So yeah, that's
No one made
What?
the arguments, bro. What the hell?
he's not going to
yes.
apologize for being wealthy. He's
Okay,
not
well,
going to
okay.
Who
apologize.
said all money buys UCL? No one said that.
The thing
Okay,
I
all
here
think
right.
is I
it's
don't
I think
get the whole
okay,
players.
HH. I think it's gonna be a lot easier to talk about this when it's 100%, 1,000% official that Neymar is gonna stay at Paris.
And Icardi is there.
Okay,
But is
so
it
Too
official
much
okay,
yet?
drama,
okay.
dude.
Real Madrid,
EPL.
Real
Oh,
Madrid.
okay.
Now,
Yes.
look, you can't judge Hazard on this, man. You can't judge Hazard on this, man.
Zad.
Hazard cannot single-handedly lead this team to a CL win. He's good enough to, but he's not.
It's don't say
And
he can.
let me land, man. Real and see this is Zidane, man. You messed up.
Yeah.
Leave on a high. Zidane believed his own hype. Now, I will always say that Zidane never got enough full credit for those 3 seals in a row.
Facts.
Zidane made a very important contribution to those 3 seals in a row. But once it happened, I said, Zidane, you, it was a perfect case of lightning in a bottle. Perfect case of lightning in a bottle. Once that happened, run, make your move. But by coming, like Zidane, do you really think that with the squad you have, you're going to win the Champions League? Really? Really? Like Cristiano was he wasn't the only part, but Cristiano was a very important part, and a younger, peak, ripe Drich. A younger, peak, ripe Drich, a better, sharper, informed beast mode, and of course Cristiano. Those were very key hallmarks to that, and as well a younger Sergio Ramos. Hazard can't do it on his own. We know he's tier one. We know he's top 3 in the world. We get that. But even if a top 3 tier 1 player can't do it, so my thing is this for the panel. How well do Real Madrid do this season? Quarters max, semis max. Anyone that says
Dude,
group stage max, get the hell out of
look.
this hangout.
HH, dude, HH. One word, okay? Mourinho. Look, we
Oh
have the
my
hardest
god.
away schedule, okay, like at the beginning. There's plenty of opportunity for this ball fraud to get sacked, dude. And then Mourinho's gonna
Whoa,
come back,
Vas,
and then we're gonna like
Vas,
win the
chill.
championship.
Vas, be respectful. Vas, be respectful.
Dude, L's incoming, that's all I'm gonna say. And then Mourinho's gonna
Wait,
come back.
how about this? How about first of all, aside from the Valladolid, the Villarreal, we've always drew against Villarreal. They've always been sort of a boogie team. Where we always, over the past, even 16, 17, we drew to them at home. Like, so we drop points. And the team is looking good. We have 5 injuries out. Like, a lot of our team is very thin right now. So once our players start coming back, I feel
Hazard
like we'll pick
wasn't
up
very
form.
thin.
Pardon? I mean, can we stop talking about players' weights because it's not a problem. Lukaku isn't fat. The Lit isn't fat. Hazard isn't fat.
Red, be fully honest and truthful. Be fully honest and untruthful. How far
Okay.
do Real Madrid get in the Champions League this season? Be honest. Be
HH,
honest.
we're good enough to beat any team on our day.
Oh
Like
God.
that's the thing is in the Champions League, it's your best starting 11 versus the other
Wait,
team's
wait,
best
wait,
starting
wait,
11.
wait. So, Red, you're
Squad
telling
depth
me
doesn't
that.
mean
Wait, wait, Red. Are you telling me that Real Madrid could realistically win the Champions League this season?
HH. You tell me if you have Hazard on the left, a G'd up Gareth Bale on the right, Benzema up front linking up play and putting plays together. In behind you have Cruz, which is still an excellent player, Casemiro, and then you have what's called still Modric. See our midfield. It's the only problem is our
Yeah,
midfield is
that's what I
what
was
scares
about
me.
to say.
Dude, but
It's a
that's
bit
not
thin.
the thing, dude. There's
No,
no
it's the
striker.
midfield.
Hear me out. Just we still have in defense. We still have Ramos and Varane, which is an excellent partnership, and we have depth in Nacho and Militao. We have Odriozola and Carvajal on the right. We have Ferland Mendy and Marcelo on the left. Our team is just injured. We still have in the midfield. We have players like Brahim Diaz. We have Vinicius Junior on the bench. Like these are game changers that are excellent, top quality players. The whole point is that we have to just give this. Madrid have played 2 games. So we've played three. That's it. Let's see 10 games into the season, and we'll speak. We'll speak. So far, Atleti, though they've looked good in my opinion, they've still played really weak opposition. They haven't went to the tough grounds yet.
But
Barca have
Red,
dropped.
it's not only 3 games. You lost. Madrid lost all the preseason. It's preseason, but they lost all the preseason, and then they've
It's
dropped.
pre-season.
In
Come on,
front of
Madrid man. Come on. Don't need
My
to
Wait,
goodness,
chill,
wait, by
bro.
man.
double H, wait, by
You only
double
played
H.
three?
Who
No, but
cares?
No
Who
so
need,
far,
man.
so
Chill,
far,
man.
cares?
so far.
Come on
Nah,
now.
nah, nah.
Come
But
Don't
on
but
bring
so
that
now.
far, so
preseason.
far they've only wait, but so
Juju.
far 3 points only. The rest they've dropped again. They've dropped
Okay,
4 points in
okay.
the
Hear
last
me out.
three
Hear me
three
out.
games.
First of all, our points we dropped points to Villarreal we before, so this isn't we won the league while dropping points to Villarreal. It's not that the only surprise that we've had so far is Valladolid. That's the only one that we shouldn't have dropped points, but we have. But that happens. The point is,
Red. On top of that, bro, did you saw Jovic back pass, bro, to Carvajal, bro?
the team's looking incredible. We have Jovic up
Yeah,
front. Like people are really sleeping on this Madrid side. We are quality, but
How
the
about
thing is,
Yes.
bro,
we just
bro,
have to
bro, bro.
build.
You know what? By the start of December, bro, this team will literally the quality will improve. The pressure, and we always start clicking after December. And
Exactly.
Champions League starts from February. To be honest, straight from
I'm
a group
saying
stage.
don't count these guys out.
Yeah,
but
no, no,
what's it called? You're conceding every game.
Oh my god.
You're
That's
conceding every
fine.
game.
That's fine. Juju, you know what's funny? You know what's funny? If you want to talk about our last season, which is our worst season, we conceded 47 goals. In the season where we won La Liga in 2017, we conceded 41 goals. The only problem with our team is we weren't scoring enough. But now we've
yep.
gotten our players like they're better right now, like taking more shots. Because last season when we lost Ronaldo, the team wasn't clicking. We lost a big part of our game. Now you see Benzema's G'ing up. Gareth Bale today begged the brace. You also have Hazard when he comes back. He's gonna also G up. The
Bro,
players are
and
gonna
Eden
the
has
attack is
that
gonna
literally, no,
flow.
no, no, red, and you forget to mention that Eden has a literally didn't play a single minute of his competitive game. So in a
Thank
sense,
you.
we are watching this Madrid team without Eden Hazard's contribution.
See,
True,
That's the
true.
problem.
how
How about the
and
midfield then?
people have the
How about the
audacity to
midfield?
try
Okay,
and insult
can I talk
Zad that
about
never played a
Madrid? Can I
single
talk about
game.
Madrid?
Leave Zad alone,
Got
man. Let's because
No, no,
my issue is
no,
that
no, no.
how can
Hatred.
you
If
get
Eden
no, no,
Hazard,
wait, easy,
bro,
easy,
bro,
easy,
bro,
easy.
bro,
How
Eden
can you
Hazard,
insult a man? How can you insult a man who hasn't played
no,
a single competitive
no, no, no,
game
no, no,
this
no, no,
season?
no. That's what I'm saying. No, that's what I'm saying. He didn't play a single competitive game, yeah. And we are like, okay, when if he comes back, yeah, like obviously his contribution will elevate the level of the team, especially in UCL. That's what I'm saying. My point is like you guys misunderstood me. What I'm trying to tell you is that Eden Hazard is haven't played a single minute, and just we are watching the team without his the currently best player who's not playing for them. So
Muntal, then
even
how
Okay,
yeah,
about your
wait.
how
Okay,
about
okay,
your
okay. No, no, no.
midfield?
We
How
have to
about
go
your
to a few
midfield?
more teams. We have to go
no,
to a few more teams because we have to
How
round
bro,
about
up.
your
T plus,
midfield?
Guys, chill, chill,
James
chill,
and
chill, chill.
Isco.
We have to round up. We
bro,
have to
bro,
round up because we have to
Uh,
just hit a few more teams. So, Liverpool,
Oh,
do
you
they
didn't let me
defend
talk about
their
Madrid.
title?
H.
Liverpool,
Liverpool, HH,
they
the thing
defend
is
the
with
title? Yes or
Liverpool,
no?
the thing is with Liverpool, I feel like they're the team to beat. So a
Yep.
lot of teams
Yeah.
when they're turning up against Liverpool, they're going to be turning up differently than they did before because now they're the
And
champions. Now
Anfield is going to be ugly. Anfield is going to be ugly for a lot of teams.
that's the thing. But HH,
I
look,
think the
with
teams.
Madrid, but Barca, your mic, Barca. Yeah, with Madrid, you have like when they were current champions, what happened is teams would always turn up against them. You always want to beat the champions because that's when the light is on you. So teams are going to
Yep.
turn up against Liverpool. Not only that, Liverpool didn't really make any big signings, so squad depth is still the same. And this is the third year running playing full competition, and they have to, like Juju said, they still have the FA Cup, the Carabao Cup, the Premier League, the Club World Cup. And the Club World Cup, people say, "Oh, it doesn't matter." No, you have to travel like to Asia and faraway
Yeah.
countries, and then come back, and there's no winter break, so you're not going to have any
It
break at
takes
all.
a
You're going to be
toll.
exactly
Look,
by
the
the time you
first
get to
step
February.
Liverpool have to take is they need to, they need Mane to stop acting childish and fix his mentality.
Oh, the agenda.
Because
The
No, no,
if
no,
agenda.
no.
Mane
The
is going to
agenda.
That's
The
continue
what
agenda.
he's
See,
being,
so
Hazem, you just
crybaby,
exposed
then it's not
yourself.
going to take them
You
anywhere.
basically just
The
exposed
agenda.
yourself.
the thing here,
You exposed
guys,
yourself.
here is about peak at the end, at the beginning of February. That is what is so important because I think the best teams to pick in the beginning of February is Real Madrid and Liverpool. That is what I'm saying here is I think although Liverpool didn't sign anyone, Real Madrid they signed a couple of players. I think Liverpool still are a team to actually win the
HH,
UCL
yo, HH. I just want to say one
because
thing
they
over
can
here. Yeah,
rotate. They can
HH,
rotate players.
HH. This season, this season, like this season, the Champions League, 1920. To be honest, actually, the only team which I can see who can win Champions League, they have capability, but I don't know how they will do it. It's Manchester City. If you'll see, like
Yep.
everything is there.
Okay,
Everything
we're
is
on
there.
Liverpool now.
HH.
Well,
We're on
Yeah.
Liverpool now.
Muntad, then
No,
they better do it. Then they have no excuses.
no.
They have no
That's what I'm saying,
excuses.
bro. That's what I'm saying. I don't know. Something is going to happen, like for this guy, and this guy's going to come up with like shit. What do you call lineups, bro? Something like that, bro. I'm
And
telling you, this
City
guy's
is
going
by
to mess it
far
up.
But this season it's just the league is too easy. So I don't. And
Nah,
then
bro.
without the injuries, this should be Pep should be at least the semi-finals. It should be at least the semi-finals. Worst comes to worst.
Bro. But that, like, come on, Juju. When you have a team like that, and you're winning leagues, seasons after season, okay. So you
Yeah.
cannot justify by just reaching semi-finals, bro. You have to reach to final, or at
No, but
least
it's progress. It's
come
That's
on.
progress. It's progress. If they reach
No,
semi, it's
no.
good.
There's
It's
no such thing as
progress.
Juju.
progress in the Champions League. In the Champions League, you either win it or
no
you don't.
progress in
Nobody
Champions League. You
cares.
have to win it.
Like
Nobody
Valencia,
cares
Valencia,
about that.
Valencia made the final how many times and they've never won it. Nobody cares. You
Yes.
have to win it. That
See,
like so reaching.
Juju, and do remember that. Juju, do remember that,
yeah.
15, 16, Pep, he messed with that great Bayern team as well in UCL.
Yeah.
He messed. At the end, we cannot, come and say no. It was unfortunate. Nah. He
See,
messed.
the biggest dilemma Pep is facing is should he throw away the other like two mini trophies and go for the
Bro,
CL and PL? But that's
Okay,
risky
okay, okay,
because
okay,
CL
okay,
a lot of
No, bro.
that's
guys,
risky.
guys, no, chill. We have to round it because we have to round it. So,
Right.
just very briefly now. So,
Yeah.
very quickly, Juventus. Do you put them as favorites, second favorites, or third
Juventus
favorites?
have absolutely no chance of winning
I
it.
like Hazard's reaction. No,
Because
it's not happening.
as I
Sorry,
said,
bro.
Juventus winning the Champions League
It's not
defies the
happening.
laws of physics. It defies the laws of physics.
So,
So
okay,
it's
so,
Yeah,
actually
so no
yeah.
one is saying
impossible.
so
They just
Cristiano
borrow
can't do
too
it.
much,
Barca,
and the
mute your
defense
mic,
is
bro.
shaky.
Okay. So,
Defense is shaky.
and also Bayern Munich. Now, Hazem, don't bring that Lewandowski argument. Don't do it.
I actually believe
Hazem,
Bayern
don't do
Munich
it.
could do. I don't think Bayern Munich will be that good because Kovac is very poor manager. But I think Coutinho's link-up play with Lewandowski is amazing, and I'm very interested to see in the UCL. I think they might get to semis. To be honest, I can see Bayern going to
Yeah, I
semis.
agree. I agree.
Bruh. Okay, guys, look, man, that is all we
Notice we
have.
didn't
Wait,
mention
Double H,
Chelsea
Chelsea. Yep, I was about Chelsea. Double H.
because
What?
they're not
Excuse me,
UCL
get out of here.
Semis
contenders.
minimum.
Because
As I
they're
said
not
again,
Move
UCL
away,
semis
please.
minimum.
contenders.
Semis minimum.
They should
Semis
have a
minimum
That's
chance.
why
for
HH
Those
Chelsea
didn't
for
teams are
the
bring
gonna
them
league.
up.
lose.
That's why
Okay,
If
HH
what I
they
didn't
want
get
to
bring
say
them up.
Mourinho,
is
they
If you
can
want to
get
break
semis
Chelsea, we
minimum.
have to
Look,
bring
man.
all the other teams in the Champions League to
Look,
third
I already
teams.
said it. I already put it through that. Look,
if
my
Mourinho,
neck is
if
on the
Chelsea
line.
get Mourinho, they
Let's
go.
talk about.
My neck is on the line. Semis. They would. Chelsea are going to do it in Monaco. They have the
Okay.
team. They have the striker. They have the setup. They're going to do in Monaco. That's what I believe.
So let's talk about
That's
Dinamo Zagreb because since we're talking about Chelsea,
wait, no. Chelsea and Dinamo Zagreb.
Calm down, Hazem.
No.
Calm.
Show
why
some,
are we talking
show
about Chelsea right now?
some respect. They're gonna make it happen,
Chelsea not
100%.
won
They're gonna
UCL.
make
Come
it
on,
happen.
man.
Semis minimum.
Okay.
Tammy
Dinamo
Abraham
Zagreb
is
will
the
pull at
truth.
Monaco.
Tammy Abraham is that truth. Tammy Abraham
Thank you
is
for
that
that,
flipping truth.
Hazem. Come
Yep,
on, man.
he's good.
It's
He's good.
gonna happen for sure. It's gonna happen for sure, man. All right, guys. Peace
Uh,
out. Stay true and stay
All
real,
right,
man.
thank you.
Peace out, guys.
peace,
Peace out.
Peace,
Peace out.
peace.
peace.